Get it for you. I made a little thing for you there. See that little thing for your phone and everything?
What?
See the little thing for your phone?
Oh, cool. Okay, well, I gotta dress a lot warmer than this thing because it's cold in here.
No, I was just, who said that? Mackie Marie? Mackie Marie? Um, I wanted you, Christine will be back in a minute. I wanted to just respond to this one person here real fast. I'm just trying to set things up. We were doing a little social experiment there for a second. Person said, it's amazing how many trans want to live stream. And relative to everybody else live streaming, aren't we like a small percent? Just saying. Just saying. Why is it so serious in here? It's not. It's not serious. What are chatters? Oh, chatters. Nope, never mind. Just chilling. Now, Debbie and I had a talker and we were on, so we were trying a little social experiment. So, apparently it didn't work. I wanna shoot, better shoot. Hold on oh shit. 1 second, I'm waiting for Chris. Chris, you coming in? Hey, I need you. I need you. I need you, I need you, I need you. Wouldn't want to leave you. Okay. Hold on 1 sec, we'll get started here in a minute. This is it. This is it. I wanna shoot, baby, shoot. Shoot, baby. Shoot, baby. Ready? So, what we're going to talk about tonight is Mandela effect. The Mandela effect. Where are you going? Oh, man. So, I'm assuming that everybody knows I am. Am I still? I should be not. I should be unmuted by now, right? Can you hear me now, Deb? Can you hear me now? Oops. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yeah. Gorgeous, curious. Can you hear me now? Okay, great. So we're gonna go and we're gonna talk about the Mandela effects, and because there's a few interesting ones, and if you know any of yourself, if you've heard of some, feel free to type it in. We'll talk to those too. Talk about those too. So the Bernstein Bears. I'm sure everybody's heard that one, huh? The Flintstones. Some people think the cartoon is called the Flintstones without the T, but it has always been the Flintstones. What is it, Flintstone? Steady. You remember the Flintstones? It was the Flintstones of that, right? Flintstones. The Flintstones. We're the Flintstones. The Flintstones. They're the modest sort of family. Nick OG. So, and let's see what we got. The Mr. Rogers theme song, people remember the lyrics as, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, but it's actually, it's a beautiful day in this neighborhood. Here, what's the difference? That's not much of a difference. I don't know. Anybody else know a different Mandela effect? Chris, what are you doing, babe? Boop. The Looney Tunes versus Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes. Some people remember it as Looney. Oh shit! I should turn that off. Some people. Where is it? Oh shit! No, wait. Where'd it go? I lost it. Says, what are you doing, Chris?
I'm trying to get this set up so that I can use it.
Oh, you want to use mine?
Well, this is right here. I just want to see if it'll...
Some people refer to it as Looney Tunes. Sorry, let's start over now. Some people refer to it as Looney Tunes, but it's always been Looney Tunes. I don't get that. T-O-O-N-S versus T-U-N-S. Looney Tunes or Looney Tunes?
T-U-N-E-S.
The Star Wars one is Luke. I mean, I remember it as Luke. I'm your father, Luke. And it's actually, I am your father, Luke, but it's actually, the line is, no, I'm your father. I don't get that. Do you get that?
Is there a place to plug in a phone right there?
Right. If you have an extension cord, this thing.
But
I don't know if it'll go that far though. Trying to figure out something else. You want to use my laptop? It's right here. Anybody else know some of the Mandela effects that they know of? I know there's more than that. I just can't seem to find them right now. I wanna shoot, but
how can you tell what people can see?
Okay, what do you mean? Ouch.
Because it's not showing you what
What do you mean it's not showing me?
you're seeing.
What are you talking about?
Like what people can see it if you're live.
I can see it. So that's what you will call COBOL. I don't get it. I don't know what that person's talking about. I don't know. Oh, shit. What you talking about? That's Nick's there. Here, you want to just use mine?
Just trying to see if this will.
Yep.
Is it on Let's Talk About It?
What do you mean?
Is that the name of it?
She doesn't take crap from anyone. Is that me? Me? I'm trying to get caught up here with what they were saying. Christine's a hang up. I was trying to tell another trans about you because y'all have some of the same views, points, and she called me a troll and kicked me off. No shit. That's rude. Why would she do that? Yeah, what the fuck? That's kind of rude. Bitch. Sorry, here I'm being all judgmental. Bitch. No, I thought I could get, I don't know, if I wouldn't talk, I think more people would come in here. It's my voice. It's really offsetting to some people, I guess. Oh well, who cares? Who gives a shit?
Hi, everybody.
Oh, Chris, poke your head over here.
My head over there.
Yeah, say hi.
I can't see.
That way.
Hi.
Chris says hello. So does anybody else know the Mandela effect on anything?
How did your surgery go?
Hmm?
How did your surgery go?
Who's mine?
Yeah, Nick.
Oh, Nick asked that?
Yeah.
It went okay, Nick. I'm in my 3rd week of recovery now. I have my first appointment with my surgeon Monday in 2 days. And
Hi, Debbie. Hi, Nick.
we'll see how it goes. But according to Chris, everything looks great. I can't really see it that well. I'm kind of scared to look. But yeah, it went fine. It was definitely, this has been a very painful and long recovery. So it's, it was very emotional for me. And Christine said it was very something else too, but I can't remember what it was. What did you say it was?
It was profound.
Profound. Chris said it was very profound. Thank you for asking though, Nick. I appreciate that. Howdy, Chris, says Debbie. And Nick says, I'm sure it was profound. It was when the doctor came in for the first time and kind of showed me. I lost it. I broke down because I just felt like it was a gift that was given to me from a different place. And then I knew at that minute that I had done the right thing. I mean, because I had my doubts, of course. I mean, I'm human. I had my doubts. I wasn't sure if I'd done the right thing or not. But as soon as I seen it, I went, yes, I did. I did. That was right. It was right. Right, Chris?
Yes, it was extremely poignant. It was awesome. It was incredible and epic.
Oh, Christine says, howdy, y'all. Oops, I lost myself here. Where'd I go? There we go. So, yeah. Okay, it's a question of it. Hey, it was almost surreal. I mean, and to think about it, it's hard to. I just spent the day today with a old friend of mine that I met when I was 15. I've known him for 43 years, something like that, 45 years, and he had never hung out with me as Brooke. He only knew me as the other person, and today was the first day I spent an afternoon with him and his wife, trying to get to know him, let him get to know me now. So it was a little bit awkward, a little bit, but not. Hopefully not. For me, it was okay. I thought everything went great. I don't know. I mean, how him and his wife felt, but Christine went with me, and it was just one of those things that had to be done. And I give him a lot of credit for giving the chance to actually sit down and have a meal with us and try to get to know me. It was I got to appreciate his courage. Oh, the painful, you have no idea. I didn't take any pain pills. I only took Tylenol and what was it? Ibuprofen?
Yes.
Tylenol, ibuprofen. I didn't use any pain pills. I don't like them. So it was a journey. It's definitely not. It's as painful as a guy would think it would be. Put it that way. You know, when you think about what it must feel, you're like, oh, damn, that must have hurt. Yep, it did. It still does. But it's getting better. Yeah, it really was cool of him. I mean, I was when he first found out, he kind of shied away from me for just a little bit, and then he came back and he apologized. And I said, for what? And he goes, you've been my friend for 40 years. He says you're going through something really, you know, profound and stuff, and you needed a friend, and I wasn't there for you, and that was wrong of me, and I'm here for you now. But this is we've only talked on the phone. This is the first time we ever talked in person. You know, so our relationship definitely has a different dynamic because I mean I've noticed for long we go there we'd tackle each other on the grass and just do guy shit. Now it's not quite the same. Actually, I talked to his wife more than him. Go figure.
I got the questions.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, if they come up, I'm on it.
There's not many people here no more. I tried to change some settings around, but it didn't seem to work. But it's all right. I like talking to these people. I don't mind an intimate conversation. What'd you say to Debbie?
Debbie, hoping you're feeling a bit better. Thanks
Oh,
for
yeah,
popping
yeah,
in to
yeah.
be with us.
Debbie was right here, front and center.
Thanks for popping in to be
I
with
don't know where
us.
Trains and Trucks has been. Hopefully everything's okay with him. And uh, what's her name? Oh.
Alma?
Why don't you
Annie?
talk for a minute? I'm gonna ask Annie if she's around. See if she's coming in. She might not know. She might feel left out.
Hmm.
Huh?
No one should feel left out. We're
No.
here.
I know. Go talk to everybody. Say hello or something. Or
I did say hello to everyone. I wonder what kind of questions are out there for everyone.
you're gonna come on live? We're on.
Anyone go to the Stones farewell tour?
Who?
Did anyone? I said.
Oh, did anyone? No.
Yeah. Trains and Trucks was in that mean person's chat.
What? Oh, was he? What? Which mean person? Was there a mean person? That one. Okay. I think I know what you're talking about. Trains and Trucks was in the mean person chat.
So does that mean that they're booted off by YouTube or what?
No, it shouldn't be.
Then I wonder where they went.
I'm not, I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place. I don't have a steady time. That's probably part of the reason too. It's like we're never in here at the same time. It's so hit and miss. But I just come on whenever I feel good. You know, we are gonna. Christina and I have something going on, and we're gonna
Yeah, we
announce
do.
it. Fairly soon. It's kind of a release of a brand and a product and stuff, and I think it's really fun. I think it's really cool, and if everything goes right, it's gonna go viral. I really think it's gonna go viral. We got something cooking that we've been working on a little bit, and if we got to get all the peas lined up, and then we're gonna go with it. And I think it's gonna catch on like wildfire. And I'm gonna tell you guys here first. You'll be the first to know right before we launch it what we're doing and why we're doing it and how we're doing it and what it's all about. And I think you guys are gonna really think this is gonna be fun just to watch it freaking go crazy. I really think it's gonna explode.
Should be fun.
What do you say there?
Uh,
Yeah.
I don't understand that Nick says, yeah, who wants a certain time to come on, not me. So I don't know what that means. Debbie said, I didn't really see him. But who? I guess
We're
Trains
talking
and
about
Trucks.
trains and trucks and that rude person's thingamadoober. It's a product line, and it's a product concept that we're talking about releasing, and it's a new whole new brand. It's not forever forbidden. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be something that it's gonna be cool. I mean, Chris and I we've been talking about it for about 2 weeks now, trying to get everything lined up, and it's probably gonna be another couple months minimum before we can launch it because we're going to do a huge launch on every platform. 10 different things at one time, 10 different channels on each platform. I want to just blow it up, boom, and we'll let you guys in on it first. I think it's going to be cool, and if it does what I think it'll do, it's going to take off like wildfire.
When y'all go live, says Nick. Debbie, she was talking about making him a mod.
Oh, making trains and trucks I'm on. Right?
Okay.
I lost my brush. I need my brush. My hair looks like crap.
Who does it have to go through you? Who's a moderator?
Me?
Yeah. So that moderator would have to ask you
For what?
for making someone else a moderator.
They're not talking about on this channel. They're talking about the other channel,
Oh.
on the other person's channel. That trains. They were asking Trains and Trucks to be a moderator.
Oh.
And it's cool. Trains and Trucks is a mature young man.
Yeah.
You know, for somebody who's only 15 years old, you wouldn't know it. That's for sure.
Right.
Oh man. Here, Brian says Brian got his message got deleted, but I opened it up. It says, I'm going to show you guys. Here's what Brian said. There he is. Trains and Trucks just chime in. We were just talking about you, young man. Nice to see you. See, that guy said, he says, cover up. No one wants to see your nasty man boobs.
Who said that?
Brian said that.
Well, they're not man boobs, but anyway.
They're not nasty either.
No, they are not.
What's been going on, Trains and Trucks? I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear myself repeat the questions or whatever. Go ahead, Christian, read for me, babe.
Ryan should change his attitude.
Ryan, nobody makes you stay here. Yeah, exactly. You know, we just have fun here, Brian. I mean, you're welcome to join us and stuff. I don't take offense to your comments.
Trains and Trucks says don't be disrespectful.
Yeah, they just don't bother me none.
Don't be disrespectful.
I kind of put this top on because me and Debbie were having a joking conversation on the way home, so I threw it on there just to see if it actually would change the thing. I don't know if it changed anything, but it sure is funny.
Yeah, Trains and Trucks reminds Brian not to be disrespectful. That's really nice.
You know, sometimes people just need a place to release their frustrations, and if they want to do it here, I'm okay with that.
I'm not.
I know you're not, and neither are other people because you guys care about me, but it really doesn't bother me as much as it should.
Why? We should all be able to talk and just shoot the shit without having
Because they're probably just little people that have lots of little things in their brains that they need to come out, you know. Little people brain stuff.
Okay.
They cannot all be super brains like us, guys. Right?
Right.
Oops. I just swiped on myself.
That's why you're cool. I'm sorry I forgot your name, Nick says.
I'm Brooke. Nice to meet you again, Nick. Brooke Lee Rose. Woohoo! I don't know why I always got to go woohoo.
Really?
Chris gave me the name of Brooke, and my last and my middle name, which are going to be my legal names, probably in about 30 days. It just has to finish going through the court's waiting period. Where my daughter's middle names, they gave me permission to use, so that's why I got Brooke Lee Rose. She gave me Brooke, and then Lee and Rose are my daughter's middle names.
And my name is Christine.
And that's Christine.
No one will try to say it like that, but that's okay, I guess.
Debbie's cool. She's like, hey, what's up, Trains?
They are trolls. Trains and Trucks Productions says they are trolls.
I know they are, but what's a troll? What is it? I mean, really, isn't it kind of sad that you spend your whole time online just cutting on people? I mean, wouldn't that bring you down after a while? Wouldn't you be all like depressed and stuff because you're just constantly bringing the negative to people? Isn't that kind of a shitty way to live your existence? I don't know. I could be wrong.
Well,
maybe it's a wonderful way to live your existence. It's not. It doesn't look no fun for me though. I mean, I don't know.
No, it's not. It's kind of lame, really. I hope you feel better, Debbie. I will pray for you, says Trains and Trucks.
Yeah, Debbie's been sick today. Everybody give her good wishes. If we all concentrate
Nick
together.
Nick says the trolls do it because they're miserable.
Yeah, they must be. You know, I mean, I kind of feel bad for them. You know, I have a feeling they probably don't have many friends, or maybe there's just a group of them sitting around jerking each other off, and they have nothing else.
Hey,
I mean, oops, did I say that out loud? We have a new campaign slogan for what's her name?
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris is, Kamala Harris, she'll give you the blow by blow.
I don't think most people don't know about what she did. I think
they don't
people
know about what she did to Willie Brown?
I do think most people do not know.
Oh.
Camel toe. Nick says camel toe.
Camel toe.
Harris.
Camel toe Harris will give it to you blow by blow, holds nothing back.
Did you hear yourself laugh just now?
Yeah, I sound like a cackling hen, huh? I tell you, my voice is terrible. I like the camel toe. I'm going to start using that. Camel toe Harris. Camel Terrace. I just don't like her. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't be rude like that. Actually, that was one part of my friend and his wife. They are so, what is that, left wing or lefties, left wing? They're total into Harris and all that stuff, and I'm not.
Huh.
Change the checks as I heard that, Brooke. I mean, that's just, come on, doesn't she sit wrong with you for some reason? It's like, and then that weird little guy that she has, or not big guy, whatever, that Bart, stand behind her and pants like a little dog. You're like, he's all excited. I think Debbie said that. He's like, runs around and just like he's a little puppy. Just creepy. Then the blow by blow, for those of you that don't know, sorry, trains and trucks, I know you're only 15, but she had an affair with Willie Brown, the mayor of San Francisco, and that's what boosted her career and got her the start. And according to Judge Joe Brown, if you could see one of my shorts, I put that on there, he said that she was a regular hoe in college. This is not me saying it, this is Judge Joe Brown. So, poor Camel toe.
Well,
It was a long time ago, at the beginning of Camel Toe's career, and Willie Brown was married, but I guess they weren't together, so he technically wasn't cheating on his wife, but he had an affair, and it was with her, and she slept with him to boost his career up.
her career up.
Her career up. Yeah. She gave her to him blow by blow. She didn't spare a thing. She told him everything. So, that's her reputation.
Well, if she was single, what's the problem?
She was single, but he was married.
Right.
But they were separated.
Okay, so what's
so
the
there
problem?
wasn't. But she did it to get ahead in her political career. I guess that's the problem.
It worked. So
yes, it did, because she's the vice president.
Yeah. And so what she wanted to do.
But I don't know that much about politics, but according to people, that everything she touched in San Francisco turned to crap. So they're saying that's why she's no.
When was the affair? Nick says.
I don't know. It was a long time ago.
I would ask my phone, but it's trying to get some battery.
Oh, I just lost it again. I did it again, woman. I swiped when I should have swooped. Swiped when I should have swiped. So we'll see. I mean, I don't know. Like Debbie said, Debbie's not that into politics. I'm really not either, and I really don't want to be. But it's just fun making fun of her a little bit. I guess that makes me a troll, doesn't it? Does it make me a troll?
How?
For making fun of Kamala?
No, because you're not trolling her. You're just...
Well, isn't that the same thing, though?
No.
It's not?
No.
Oh.
You're just giving your information that you know.
Well, I don't know it to be true. Well, no, I know about Willie Brown because he came on and said it himself. This is funny. Has anybody heard from Biden? Is he still alive?
Yeah. He's still breathing.
Is Biden still around? I mean, he kind of dropped off the face of the earth. I was just curious if he was running the country, or is his son doing it, or does anybody have any idea? Kind of MIA.
He's half dead, says Nick.
I know. I'm just wondering if the half live part is running the country. I mean, boy, talk about a lame duck president, huh?
Uh-huh.
Hey, Trains and Trucks, did you watch any football today? I watched the Raiders lose.
Mm-hmm. We watched them lose. They didn't lose by anything, though. They were really close the whole time.
It doesn't matter if you lose by one.
It's a loss is a loss
or by
is a loss, I know.
Yep, an L's an L.
Yep.
So,
He's still around.
who is?
Joe Biden.
Oh yeah, I was just.
Packers played too. Nick says my Packers played.
Nick's a Packers fan, so we got a Packers fan. I'm a Raiders fan. Debbie's a San Francisco fan, and Trains and Trucks is a Kansas City Chiefs fan. And I, unfortunately for Christine, talked her into being a Raider fan. That one season they made the playoffs. Hooked her and pulled her in.
Once a Raider fan, now
always
I'm
a Raider fan. You gotta
Yep.
stay.
Yep.
Wisconsin. Wait a minute. What did Nick say?
He says he's
Packers.
half dead.
Okay.
My
you-
Packers played.
Are you in Wisconsin, Nick?
He says I'm in Wisconsin. I read that
Oh.
to you already.
Nick, I have something to tell you. I was at a Raider game in Oakland. This is a long time ago, maybe probably 10 years ago. And it was for a Raiders Packers preseason game. And the cheeseheads were walking in. And hiding behind a car was a little Raider fan. And he was a can you say midget or short person or whatever? What do you say?
Midget,
A little
short
person.
Okay.
A little person was there, jumped in his stuff, and he had this giant fork, and he'd jump out in front of the Packer fans and try to stab the fork, but he was so short he couldn't reach. So he's just kind of jumping like this, trying to stab. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Just
Right.
crazy.
Don't forget that Nick is a female. She's Nick for Nicole.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry, Nicole.
she's female, Nicole.
My bad. I should have remembered that.
And Trains and Trucks said I did watch the Chiefs lose to the Jaguars. Backups made mistakes, but a lot to learn.
Oh, really? So you guys lost too. I don't feel so bad. The Niners lost, the Raiders lost, Packers lost, or Kansas City lost, and we haven't heard what Nick says about the Packers. I like Green Bay because they beat the crap out of the Niners a lot. Sorry,
like
Debbie.
Green Bay too. Yeah, Green Bay's good.
Hell no, Packers won. I like Green Bay. I always thought Brett Favre was a stud. I just thought he was a really...
That was so long time ago.
Not that long ago. I'm not that old. Brett Favre. Did you guys, anybody see the Raiders quarterback today that went in? Was that a flashback for Kenny Stabler or what? Long hair, raper mustache.
Did look like a flashback.
It looked like Kenny Stabler. It seriously did.
So you can just not worry about reading this stuff because you're going to get ahead of
You're
it.
right, Debbie. I'm sorry. I should.
And you should let me read.
I honestly, I have a bad habit of cussing and stuff.
You did.
Well, but certain words get you canceled.
Right.
And I got to be aware of those words. I mean, people can say cuss words, but there's other words that YouTube just frowns on.
Right.
Like, I won't say them.
Okay, so we've got a couple people.
Transit Truck says what?
Says, I thought that they were going to have starters for the Chiefs for the whole quarter, that they only had them in for one drive.
In the first game, they usually play the starters for about one series. And then the next time, the next game, they play them for there's only 3 preseason games now, I think. So the last preseason game, they play them for a quarter, if they're still doing it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's something like that. I mean, they used to play 5 preseason games. But they said, screw that. Did anybody notice the new rules today in football? I didn't even notice them.
New rules?
There's new rules this year.
I didn't notice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, nobody brought that up to me. Did you know it while the game was on?
No, I was talking to Dave and them, so I wasn't really paying much attention.
Uh-huh.
I thought the Raiders were crushing them. Oh, excuse me, sorry.
Well, they weren't really crushing them. They were keeping up. Nicole, I guess the person that said they were going to before the game started was wrong.
Well, no, I don't understand that one.
Trains and Trucks and Nicole are talking, and
Oh, okay. My bad. Oops, somebody had a nasty thing to say. No offense, but Raiders suck.
yeah,
I didn't block that either,
pretty
Nick.
much.
That was YouTube blocked it. I don't know why. Maybe they're Raider fans. Come on, Nick, we all know that. The Raiders stand no chance of winning 7 games this year.
Isn't that messed up.
It
That's so
is.
sad.
The sad part is there was a time when you'd get excited for the Raiders to start a new season, and now that you just know that they're not going to be very good.
Right. And it sucks because I got to be a fan when it's right about time and then they keep
No,
losing.
Debbie didn't block that. That was YouTube. YouTube itself did. I don't know if they put different things on me now. It's like since this channel has become monetized, which is just I have not made a penny because I can't get anything to work. But since then things have changed. They really have. I mean, it's less wide open. It's more strict on certain things. They're watching, I guess. I don't know. They gotta cover up my boobies.
Right. You should.
Oh, the Browns, but aren't the Browns pretty good now? I mean, didn't they come back and do okay? And what about Harbaugh? How did he do with the
Jim Harbaugh.
was it the
Is it the
Chargers?
No.
We're talking about football. Your mom's your dad. What? Your mom, your dad? Are you saying that like yo mom, yo dad, or are you saying that like yo mom, yo dad? Like that name.
Harbaugh was with the Chargers.
With the Chargers, yeah, he's their new coach, right? Yeah, that's right. That's right. I thought the Raiders should have picked him up instead of sticking with that other guy.
Well, they're keeping Pierce for a while. I don't know for how long. For how long do you think?
Hold on, what does that say right there? There's two long ones. Will you read those? First from Nicole.
Yep, I was right in the middle of reading something else. Okay. Let's see. Get back here.
Nicole says, I'm sick of something. It's really small writing. But it looks like she has a good point. You
It's
back
not,
on it?
no, it's not coming up.
Okay, I'm sick of all the censoring everywhere. It's bad enough. Big Brother watches our every move and our phones listen to everything. You're right. I mean, we are being monitored like hell. Ask who was that guy that blew the whistle on the government for listening to everybody? For Obama was listening to everybody.
The new kickoff rules are so confusing that the Jaguars got a safety off us. The ball bounced into the end zone, then back out of the end zone. McCall took the ball back into the end zone and kneed.
Oh, you can't do that, right?
But that's
so
normal.
it should have been either he downed it on the outside, but when you went back into the back into the end zone, then that was when the safety was called, right?
Okay, what we have some your mom's your dad is on, wants to know what's your opinion about
Bills this year. Oh, we got a Bills fan in here now. Okay, just so you know, your mom, your dad's, we have a Packer fan, we have a Chiefs fan, we have a Raiders fan, we have a Niners fan. Who am I missing? And Packers, Chiefs, Niners. Right? That's everybody, right? Packers, Chiefs, Niners, Raiders. And now we have a Bills fan.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the Bills. You'll have to ask the other guys. I only follow the Raiders really, and kind of the Niners because I don't really like the Niners, but I like to follow. I guess I like when they lose. Sorry, Debbie. It's true though. I mean, because we've been arch rivals for so long. You know, I mean, the Raiders and the Niners are like arch rivals.
Jim Harbaugh.
What does that say? Hollywood Brown, wide receiver we traded for, got hurt. Oh man, that blows. In preseason, how bad was the injury? I mean, not that I'm really crying real tears for the Chiefs, but you know, I'm trying to be nice because I like you. Other than that, I'm going, yeah. That's football. I mean, until the Raiders are out of it, I don't root for anybody else. When the Raiders are out, then I pick one of the divisional teams.
Trains and Truck says Hollywood Brown, the wide receiver we traded for, got hurt.
I don't know.
Oh, you just talked about that.
Who plays fantasy football? If you play fantasy football, you know about players, all different kinds of players. I did it for a couple years, but it wasn't for me.
Yeah, we need new flooring in our bathroom, so fantasy football's out. Did
you hear that? Did you hear that shit?
That's terrible.
Why would that? Never mind.
Because people bet money.
What does that have to do with our bathroom?
because it needs to be floored. We need flooring.
It was a shoulder injury, not sure about it. The shoulders can be they can be lingering. They can linger around for a long time.
You have to use it to throw.
No, no, no. He's a receiver. You got to use it to catch. God dang it. The shirt's really falling all over the place. It's football's fun though. I'm glad it's back. I mean, I don't know. It seems like because what we like to do is we like to take the boat out and then we sit out there on the river while we watch the football games because I have a little what is that, a 10-inch TV in there?
Yeah.
10-inch, 12-inch, little tiny TV in there, and we'll just sit out there on the river with the boat, drop a line in the water and just enjoy the peace while we watch the game on the little TV there. It's very relaxing.
Transit Truck says, Brooke, did you see the USA win versus France men's basketball?
No, did they win? They won the gold? Or was that the qualifying one where what's his name? What's the local guy from from our team, from the Warriors? Curry.
Steph Curry.
Curry came and saved the day that game. Okay, they did win the gold medal. Good. They should, right? Right? I mean, aren't they that much better than everybody out there? All of our pros or whatever? But then again, a lot of the guys from the NBA go and play for their home countries, right? Now. They didn't used to, but they do that now. So it's kind of evened out the playing field a little bit.
Maybe.
What about the soccer? Was it girls' soccer team that was competing for gold? Or gonna compete for gold or something? I can't remember. I mean, I'm proud of our athletes. I really think the Olympics are neat. And they're going to be in LA in 4 years. That's going to be scary. I don't think I'd go there. I'm afraid of terrorists. I really am. I'm just afraid of the whole terrorist thing.
Yeah. It's going to be a huge sporting event or something like that. The Oscars or the Grammys or something.
Holy crap! You see that? Yeah, I have a complete fear of going to any public event now because of the border crossings that have happened, and we're not sure where certain people are, and we know there's bad actors that have came over, and that just scares me. It really does. It just scares me. It frightens me. Curry in the last 2 games
had a combined 60 points and 17.
Wow. Well, he did it. He was like the whole Warriors team for a long time, wasn't he? Well, not the whole one. There was that other guy too. I like that other Durant. What is that tall? There was a tall guy's name in basketball. They're all fucking tall.
Jamon Green.
Jamon Green. He's got a deep voice.
Right.
Yeah, I think he's cool.
Draymond.
How did Jenna do?
Jana.
What is that? Who's that?
Gianna? I don't know. Who is Gianna?
I don't know who that is, Nicole.
How did Jana do? Native Pride's Unusual says, where do you live?
I live in Northern California.
Happy, sunny, beautiful. Northern California.
It's not...
Well, unaffordable by any means.
That's what I was going to say. Where do you get the happy part?
Everyone's happy,
Doesn't seem
but
like
no one can afford it.
Yeah, we're all broke. And I'm poor as shit. I don't make any money. I mean, I make very small amount of money.
This is an expensive place.
But I am happy. I'm happy now because things in my life are happening to me and for me that are making me extremely happy.
And we were born and raised around here, so it's kind of a place we want to stay. For now.
What does that say from...
It says, from the Bucks, Johnny's, oh my gosh, 8... Don't know about that one. I grew up in old Agora Hills, California, and currently in Ventura, and yes, it is expensive, says Native Prides.
I know Ventura. I don't know the Agora Hills, though. I don't know where that is.
Agora Hills. Nicole, he wasn't on Team USA, said Trains. He wasn't on Team USA.
Hey, Nikki and Nicole's like, you don't know who he is? No, I don't. I'm sorry. I don't know who that is. I have no idea who that is. I guess I should because I'm feeling kind of dumb now.
Trains said he went and played for Greece.
Oh, yeah, like I said, I think a lot of NBA players are playing for their home countries where they used to not. Like when the NBA first started going into the Olympics, they were just smoking everybody. I mean, it was embarrassing. But the game seemed to be closer. They could have lost.
Old Agora is right around the corner from Kobe's crash.
Oh, okay.
Native Pride is there.
That's Southern California.
And I'm not sure where, but most are playing for the home teams.
The Bucks just won the championship 3 years ago. Yes, they did. You guys, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers was the biggest Al Davis karma ever when we did the trade with the Buccaneers for John Gruden. And we both went to the Super Bowl that year, and John Gruden knew our offense better than we did and kicked our ass up and down the field for 3 solid hours. And they won the Super Bowl. It was the stupidest trade Al Davis ever made. I'm not sure. What is it? What are they saying so we can keep up here?
I don't know. It's behind stickers on my page. I'm not sure where, but most of okay.
You read for a minute. I gotta do something.
Curry went 4-4 from 3 after France cut the lead to 3 points with 3 to 5 minutes left in the fourth for us to win.
So France played their butts off then. That's really good. I'm impressed.
I wonder if
Give
you
me
guys
some
know each
fun
other in
facts
person.
for my,
Trains and trucks,
podcast.
do you and Nicole know each other in person? Does anyone know each other in person here? Or are you guys just all chimed in on the chat room
We're just
and no one met yet?
nope.
Who wonders?
I think I only know what Annie looks like. Degenerative
It
connect.
sounds like you're pondering the connections
Degenerative
between people
disconnect.
in your chat community.
It's not called that.
Her site.
Yeah.
How people can come together.
No, I meant give me some interesting fun facts that I can recite and share. It's not working like it used to.
Sorry, I'm having issues right now.
What was I just saying? What was I just talking about? Give me some fun facts to share on my podcast.
You were reflecting on whether the
Ouch. Wait a minute.
Was his home country, and he decided to play for the USA
What? Who got booed where?
in France
Oh, why?
because France was his home country,
Oh, I see.
and he decided to play for the USA.
Oh, and they played France in the finals? That's pretty cool. Okay, here's some fun facts that I had Gina look up for me. Bananas are berries, but strawberries aren't.
That's ass backwards. That doesn't make sense.
Did anybody know that? Bananas are berries, but strawberries aren't? And then a day on Venus is longer than a... What? A day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. How is that possible? It says Venus takes 243 Earth days to rotate, but only 225 Earth days to orbit the sun. Well, that was interesting. Did you guys know that honey never spoils? You can read whatever they're saying. I'm just filling in.
There's nothing that they're saying.
Okay. There's a basketball court in the U.S. Supreme Court building. Really?
Does it ever get used?
Bro, they're playing hoops there. Wombat poop is cube shaped. Dude, anybody know that wombat poo is cube shaped?
How do they get it out there with corners on it?
I don't know. Maybe they got a square behind hole.
God.
It says wombat poop
Sounds
is
like
cube shaped. This is a unique feature that helps the poop stay in place and mark their territory. They could build blocks with it.
Is that all you got?
Wombat poop is... Octopuses have 3 hearts. So do I.
Yeah.
A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance.
Really?
Yeah, what does that say right there? Somebody said something. I can't read it.
I already
on
read
the chat.
everything.
You did?
Yeah.
What does that say? Did you know that there were, you see, no, you didn't. You didn't read
That's
that.
I don't see anything. Last thing I see is Nicole said Alexa slow.
It says, do you know that when you see a falling star
I don't see this.
and it's the size of a grain of sand? Really? Really? I always thought like a falling star was like a planet exploding, and that's why we could see it.
Where do you see that new stuff?
Yes, Nicole, it'll be like actually for a full recovery, it'll be a year. Um, I hope to get to go back to work this coming Tuesday, which would be at the 3 week mark. Um, but kind of like the average is 6 weeks, but there's a certain part of the procedure that I didn't have done, therefore my healing period's a little less. So if you would like to know more about that, I could tell you. I don't feel comfortable going into details in chat here, but I'd be more than happy to tell you in private chat which parts I didn't have done that would alter that. I mean, it's a full on sex change, but it's you know I think you get what I mean.
Yeah, you don't know how old anyone is on this.
No, I don't. I'm trying to be respectful.
Yeah.
See the glitter of a small pebble. That's interesting. I like that. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. Koalas have fingerprints that are almost. Okay, it says koalas have fingerprints that are almost identical to humans.
Well, I can't believe that because they have those big old claws. How do they even get to use
The
them?
Eiffel Tower can grow more than 6 inches during the summer. How? How can it grow?
The
Due
land
to
has to
the
be swollen.
due to the expansion of the iron in the heat, it literally stretches. How scary is that? Here's one. Okay, here's a quiz for you guys. Do you know how butterflies taste things? Anybody?
With
Anybody
their
know?
antenna.
Chris says with their antenna. This is a trivia question I'm putting out there to everybody. Do you know what butterflies use to taste? I'll leave it hang there for a minute until we get a few, possibly responses. Then I'll tell you.
And somebody else respond because I just guessed.
The one that hit the Arizona that killed the dinosaurs was the size of a school bus. Yeah, boom. And it's the explosion that happens before it hits the ground that does the most damage. Did you know that they ignite nuclear bombs before they hit the ground, like a mile above the ground, and that causes more damage than if it actually had hit the ground and it went off? Yeah, and 3 hearts for an octopus. I've heard that somewhere else, but yeah, apparently. So nobody guessed. So butterflies taste with their feet.
Whoa, I did not know that.
So if they land on a pile of poo, they're not very happy, are they?
Oh my God, that's kind of gross. Really? Butterflies are just big bugs with wings.
Yeah, a bowling ball size would level New York. It's crazy. So fast. It just. It's like I remember distinctly the 1989 Loma Prieta earthquake. I was working at a bakery at that time, and I don't know why I brought this up, but it just reminded me of natural disasters. That freaked me out. I thought I was gonna pass out. I thought I was like going, "Whoa, what's happening?" And I looked out the window of the bakery I was at, and the parking lot was coming in waves. You could see the waves coming towards you from that earthquake. That was some trippy stuff. That was a big one. I was also in a big one in Eureka, California. I was in my truck with a girl that I was dating, and we were sitting there looking at the ocean right at the beach because there's a beach in Humboldt County where you could literally park right at the water. And I thought somebody had jumped on the back of my I had a Toyota FJ, and I thought somebody's on the bumper jumping up and down. And I turned around to yell at him, and there's nobody there. It was the earthquake. And then I realized we probably shouldn't be at the coast when we had an earthquake that big. Tsunamis.
Or the sinkholes and stuff.
Yeah, well, it was just yeah, just that the beach is not the place to be after a big earthquake. You don't. If it was centered out there, there could be a wave coming. Oh yeah. What did that thing? What did that white thing?
I don't know. But you know, once you yawn, other people that see it or hear it have to yawn too, and they do.
I know it's contagious.
So I don't see anything that you could be looking for.
It's all right. There, Chris. Okay. Are there, Chris? Chris, I guess they're asking for you.
Okay? What would that be?
So because they were caterpillars.
Yes, the butterflies.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like caterpillars, and then they turned into butterflies, and they're
Well, don't.
beautiful. But God, I can't stand them around
They're
me.
flying bugs.
Yeah, they're flying.
I don't like flying
I don't
bugs.
like anything that
The other
flies.
day, oh my God, I got to show you guys this. I was at work, well, the other day, a few weeks ago, and I looked on my shoulder. You know, you just kind of see something out of your shoulder, and I thought there was a fly on my shoulder. I looked. I'm gonna show you what was on my shoulder. You remember, Chris?
Um.
You remember? Don't say it if you remember.
Okay.
I told you and showed you pictures.
Okay.
And hold on, let me find the pictures, and I'll show you guys what was on my shoulder that made me scream like the little girl I am. It was horrifying. I'm just gonna say that.
And that should be all you need to know for now.
I mean, I don't like spiders, but I'm just gonna show you what was on my freaking shoulder. I know I kept that. Where the heck is it? Okay, entertain, Chris.
I am.
Entertain, baby.
I'm working on
Talking
it.
to him. Oh, where is it? I don't have it on this phone, do I? Darn it.
The one that hit Arizona killed the dinosaurs was the size of a school bus.
That's old.
Okay.
She said it a while ago. A little bit ago. Darn it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it, Chrissy Chris? That's not it. Let's try. I have different accounts, but I swear it was on this other one.
Yes, they were caterpillars.
What
But that's still a bug. Caterpillar is a bug.
they're just big bugs. Ugh. I really, really, really have an issue with bugs. I know I shouldn't be such a wimp, but I really am. Oh, here it is.
Yeah, you are.
Here it is, everybody. This is what was on my shoulder. You guys see that thing? That thing was on my shoulder. I flicked it on the ground and then jumped and squealed and ran away and then came back and took a picture.
Yeah, after everyone stopped calling you sissy.
Do you see that? Did you see that thing? Look at that thing. Look at it. It's like as big as my thumb.
Let me see it. Oh, yeah.
It's a monster.
Oh, yeah, I remember
It was a
looking at it.
monster. There was a monster on me. I don't even know where it came from.
Do you remember we looked that up?
Yeah, it's a monster. It said in the definition was it's a monster.
I forget what it's called, but it was, that thing is awful. Kind of cool, though, how it's striped like that, but still, it's awful.
It says, hey, Chris, maybe you have your settings on top message.
I just read that.
Okay, good. What is that? Especially if you park next on a mountain?
Right?
1989, a meteor flew into... I think I remember this. A meteor flew into Russia's atmosphere very low and flattened a huge section of forest. Yeah. I read something about that. And another one recently went through there and like blew windows out. It was a small one. Something, okay, Chris, did you check? Nicole's asking
Yeah,
me
I already
something.
got that. I was going to text back
Well,
to her.
Okay, you want to text her back or you just want to tell her?
Yeah, I mean, I can just say so. Thanks, Nicole. You were right. I appreciate the help.
Did anybody see my bug that I showed? That big ass bug I showed? Nobody said nothing about my big bug.
I did check, and I was. I'm all fixed now.
What's all fixed?
Nicole reminded me to check to see if I was on top messages or all messages.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what... Yeah, I get it.
So I put it on all messages now. I can see the ones I couldn't see before. Because I forgot, and she reminded me.
To put it on... Oh, you had it on top message.
I guess so.
Got it. Yeah, that's... Exactly.
Plus, I never use my laptop. I use the phone always. So this is different.
Do you see that little dollar sign thing right there, Chris, next
Yeah,
to the
it's
smiley
to
face?
support you. Yeah.
Yeah, that's I was looking at that, and yeah, I actually did something right. I was able to put those up there.
That's cool.
Super stickers, super chats, memberships, and what is a membership for? I don't. How am I? What?
To see if they want to be able to get
Yeah, but there's nothing.
exclusive thises and that's.
What
When
did they
it's
want
all free.
exclusive of?
It's all supposed to stay free.
No, that's not. That costs. All four of these things cost money. I don't know what. I mean, I guess, but I don't have behind the scenes footage. Any more behind the scenes, you'd have to be like in the bathroom with me. And nobody wants to go behind those scenes.
We both stay in the bathroom.
Whew. No.
It's all right.
I guess it's for people like Rogan. I mean, that have like bloopers and stuff. I don't know. But I was able to actually get them out there, so that says something.
In 1890, a meteoroid flew into Russia's atmosphere very low and flattened a huge section of the forest and all the trees.
Okay, there's
flat, side by side, a few miles in distance.
That is a way delay. That's a 5-minute delay.
Native prides. When that came up to me?
That bug just came up from when I did it earlier.
Wow, really?
Yeah, that's a long delay, huh? And now we're getting to it. It says that bug was a nightmare bug. It was a... I'm going to hold my tongue for Deb. It was a nightmare. I screamed. I didn't jump to... I mean, it was on my shoulder. It was on my body. It was on my body.
Mm-hmm.
It was on my body.
The one that hit Arizona that killed the dinosaurs was the size of a school bus.
You need a feature where we don't have to... Yeah, exactly. Does anybody just want to hear the top message? Or does everybody want to hear all the messages? No, I just want to hear the top message.
I'm just reading the ones
I want to know who says the most important president thing, not what everybody else says them scoundrels.
Well, I'll read. I'm reading them.
That's not what I mean.
It was just saying hello. Native Pride says it was just saying hello.
It was saying hello? Oh.
On your shoulder, almost gave you a heart attack.
I think
hello.
It was on my shoulder going, I'm going to eat your face. That's what it felt like to me. I mean, it was so big when I went over and looked at it, I thought, I'm just hallucinating. There must be like a yellow and black stick on my arm that looks like a bug. Ew.
Is that a nighttime bug?
No, it was in the daytime. I was walking into the shop at work, and it's kind of a dusty... I don't know where it came from. It came from hell. It came directly from hell. And landed on my shoulder.
Scary, I know. You poor thing, and you were out there without help.
I should have brought my gun.
Like
If I had my gun, I would have shot it.
Oh, yeah.
10 times.
Redneck.
I'm not a redneck. I'm scared of bugs.
A lot scared of bugs.
I am. I'm a lot scared of bugs.
Oh, well.
Something this small... Excuse me. Oh, gosh, I have the yawn. Something this small should not be able to kill you. But they can. They can kill you.
Right.
Chris had a spider bite her and eat her knuckles up. Or ate something. What did he eat?
The brown recluse spider?
Yeah.
My elbow.
Yeah, she had a spider bite her on the elbow and it ate her elbow.
It didn't eat. The bite continued to grow and grow
It
and
ate
grow.
your elbow.
The bite grew.
It ate your elbow.
Yeah, but not the spider. He just bit and left.
It doesn't matter. The spider bit you and it ate your elbow.
Yeah. Yes, the bite ate my elbow. But there's no scar. I got lucky. It just left and I got it taken care of.
It was a brown recluse.
Yes. It was.
I remember, here, get this, people. How would you like this nightmare? I was living in my house in Jones Valley. Jones Valley. And I was putting on a pair of shorts. And I happened to have no undershorts on myself. I was just putting on a pair of shorts. And I looked down right before I pulled them all the way up. And there was a scorpion in the crotch of my shorts.
Nice. And you were going to be naked right next to
Yep.
it?
I was going to pull it right up next to me privates. And I would have got one hell of a zaparunski. But I just, for some reason, I looked down before I pulled my shorts up. and there it was, a scorpion right in the crotch. And in Jones Valley, there's these little scorpions. They're like wood scorpions or something. Oh, they're horrifying.
Wow.
I guess when you get stung by them, it's like stepping on a lit cigarette.
Oh, God. I've never been stung by a scorpion before, but I've seen plenty of them. Pretty scary.
Change the truck says, dang, what type of spider was that? That bit her, it was a brown recluse. I
Yes.
think I've already answered that. But
And that was 12 years ago.
and she's still losing her elbow.
Oh, stop it. I am not.
No, she's losing her brain.
No. It's all right. I'm not afraid of spiders, but I didn't know that one was on me or I would have been afraid.
In Jones Valley, there's things that I noticed there that I knew but I'd never seen before. Brown recluse spiders, they're one.
Oh,
They are crazy ass, and they look like they will beat you up. They're only like an inch long, and they look like they'll kick your ass.
oh, they're terrible.
And the other thing there's a lot of rattlesnakes. I went outside once and I was barefooted and I had a wood stack, and I went to stand next to the wood stack, and I looked down. Remember, I was barefoot, and there was a baby rattlesnake right next to my foot. That was the other thing. And then we had rattlesnakes, we had brown recluse, black widows, of course, and wolf spiders. Those things are freaky. They are freaky.
Yeah, they are.
Wolf spiders they'll fight you. I mean,
Yeah,
they'll just stand
definitely.
up and go, "Come on, let's go." They will, and then you try to hit them with like the shovel, and they go doink, 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 doink. They are
How
crazy.
did that get there? Trains and Trucks wants to know, how did that get
That
there?
scorpion?
I don't know. Who is it about, the scorpion or the brown recluse spider?
I think the scorpion.
Okay, well, how did the scorpion get
It
there?
got there. I don't know. It just crawled in. I had my dirty clothes. It's summertime there. I just threw them clothes in a pile. I must have just snuggled up right in my old crotch of my shorts.
And if it was the brown recluse spider,
He says the scorpion.
Oh.
No, I don't. Everybody, Matthew Del Moco says to me, and this was a block message. I will try to make it clean. He says, "Yo, you look down because you have a D-I-B-B-K."
a dick.
Yeah, that's what he said. I look down because I have a dick. Want to bet?
I'm here to say no. That's not why she looked
Do you
down.
want to bet?
It's not why she looked down, and there's nothing to look at down there that looks like a dick.
Yeah, hurry back, native. You want to bet, bud? You wrong, motherfucker. Oops. You wrong. You just wrong. So there. Troll. I just had to tell everybody
You
that.
could be a little more ladylike, you know.
I'm trying to.
No, you're not.
He just accused me of having a dick.
Yeah, and that's when you be a lady and say, guess what? I can look down if I need to
Guess
look
what,
down.
sir?
Because everything's fabulous looking down
Kind
there.
sir, I wasn't looking down at my penis because, sir, I don't have no penis. Is that better?
No,
No?
no.
I was being gentle.
I look down there because I want to look down there. There's plenty of things to look at.
There's not plenty of things to look at.
Oh, yes, there are. Your pants, your sweater, your knees, your feet.
Oh.
That you can look at anything. And in
Oops.
fact, it's okay. There's no dick down there for you to look at. And plus, you're wearing
Well,
pants.
that was my point to that person there. You know, they do not have a pee-pee. With that one anyway. I don't have those anymore. They came in a pack of 3. They're gone. So, sorry. Yes, sir. I have had the operation. I've been operational. There we go. Very interesting combo, says Trains and Trucks. Well, here's another one. Oh, yes, because you chopped your dick off doesn't mean you don't have... Okay. Can you explain that to me, please? You said, because I chopped it off means doesn't mean I don't have one. Can somebody explain that to me?
Plus, it's personal. Who cares? You don't need to explain anything.
No. Sometimes I like toying with trolls. Generally, do you think I chopped it off and kept it? Like I have it in a jar or something, right? That would be the only way.
I know, but I'll bet you anything Matthew's about 15.
Matthew, you're being accused of being a child. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have his message show if you'd like to
See
see.
you soon, Native Prides. You'll be back soon.
Another monitor. Somebody else just handled it. I think Trains and Treks went. It just zapped him. It was yeah. Back to a real conversation. Sorry, I just like to every once in a while I like to play with trolls. Um, what were we talking about? Bugs?
Yeah, and then Matthew said, because you chop your dick off doesn't mean you don't have a dick.
I know.
That makes no sense. It's an oxymoron and
It's
it's
stupid. You know,
ridiculous.
he thinks I must have kept it for a necklace
Or
earrings
something.
or something like that. No, I don't. I don't have one any
And it
longer.
wasn't
I'm
chopped
sorry that
off.
this person is so insecure that the only thing he wants to talk about is my old penis.
Getting chopped off.
That's kind of
which is not
weird,
what
isn't
happened.
it? Isn't that kind of a weird conversation to
I
have?
think it is, especially when you're just barely on this site.
You just come on and go, oh, hey, you. Did you chop your winky off?
Yeah.
Just what-
Let's interview everyone who
Okay.
has a dick that they
We're giving
need
him way
chopped
too
off.
much playtime, though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Excuse me. What else was I? I've never ran across any really scary, oopy, scary stuff, except for that giant bug on my shoulder.
Right.
Chris and I looked it up, and it was some kind of a beetle.
Yes.
It was like a beetle night, like Beetlejuice, maybe, but
Yeah, that was scary looking. A scorpion bug,
yes,
it might be.
it was frightening. No, the scorpion.
Right. No, it was a beetle, a crab beetle or something.
The scorpion in the pants was a close call, frightening. You know, Heather, a friend of mine, when she was there, she stepped on one, barefoot.
A black and white one?
You know, on a scorpion, barefoot, and said, "Ow." She's really tough. She's like, "Oh, that hurt." I'm like, "What did you do? Stepped on a scorpion?" I'm like, "No, thank you."
Well, did it have time to sting her when she stepped on it?
Yeah. She said it felt like somebody putting a cigarette out on your foot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like I guess like a yellow jacket sting that we feel here. I remember when I was a kid once, me and my best friend PR, we were taking cardboard. This is what poor people used to do. We'd take cardboard boxes and slide down hills, dirt hills with them, you know, just because we couldn't afford a big wheel or anything. And we took it to this church in the back
Everybody
of the
had
church.
a big wheel.
We didn't have one.
We did, and I was poor.
We didn't have one. We finally got one, but the wheels were already square from people like putting on the brakes and stuff.
No, the middle of them.
Well, they weren't square, but they had like a flat spot.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Okay.
and that's when I guess that's probably when somebody's parents went to Goodwill and got one for nothing or something. But anyway, we would slide down hills on cardboard. That was what we did for fun. And me and my little friend PR, we were sliding down this one hill behind a church, and we slid over a hive of little yellow jackets that were underground yellow jackets. And these bees came after us and started stinging us in the head. And we're screaming and we're running away, smacking ourselves in the head. And those things chased us for like blocks. When we finally stopped and we went home crying because it hurt, we had welts all over. I had 8 bees stuck in my hair.
Oh, my God.
And PR had a couple more than me. But we had just bee welts all over our head from these freaking bees.
Right.
They chased us a long way too. That hurt. Gave me a headache.
Can you add me
Can I add who?
in here?
You're not in there? What do you want to be added as?
Reactions from...
Huh? What do you want to be
Just
added
as a mod. So that when it's time for me to do that and no one else is here, like I haven't heard from Debbie in a while.
No, I understand, Debbie. I don't mind your question. I haven't decided yet. I would like to because my voice is
Why do
very
you say Debbie? She-
off. Not Debbie. W. Or Vivi.
What are you doing?
It says, are you going to alter your voice with surgery? I'm not being
I don't have
mean
any of that.
when I ask. I didn't take it as you being mean. I took it as a serious question. I've thought about it and I haven't decided yet because I would like my voice to be more feminine. I really would because it's kind of off-putting and stuff. So it's not top of my priority because if I wasn't lazy, I could teach myself to use a higher pitched voice. It doesn't sound authentic when I do. This is my authentic voice. If they did the voice box thing, then whatever I came up with, that would be. I don't know, but that's a good question. I haven't decided yet.
So, where is all of this? I don't see anything that you're reading.
What do you want? Are you?
Oh, I see. Are you going to alter your voice?
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah,
see
that's
that.
a legitimate question. I don't mind that. You know what I mean? That's a legitimate question.
It should only take you a second to add me.
Add you where?
you can add me on as a moderator for when.
You have to put a message out there, and I will. Okay. Type a message in there that says, "You're the sexiest woman that I've ever seen in my entire existence."
Really? And that'll get you to pay
And
attention?
then I'll add you to my. All right, we're doing great. Thank you, Arena. Is it Arira? A-R. I can't see that. What is that? A-R-H-I-A. What is that?
I don't have that on my screen.
Ariam?
Oh, now I do finally.
And then Raven. LOL. Somebody, Raven says LOL. Ouch. I don't get the ouch part. I must have missed something. I don't know if these people came in here and all of our regulars left.
I don't know. It's getting to be very late. That's why.
Is it? It's 12:30. I'm coming to the end of my time off. I froze. I froze here. Oh, there we go.
Why doesn't it come up loves lemons anyways?
Hold on. Did you type one?
Yes?
Okay, hold on. Let me see. I have to go back. I don't see it yet. The bees. Ouch. Oh, yeah, the bee. Oh, man. Pooh. I get stung here a lot, too, at the ranch, because we have so many bees that you're just walking along and they'll come and tag you in the back of the head or in the neck or in the arm. Bastards. So then I go on the hellion revenge and I go get 3 cans of bee and I kill every bee I could find. They're yellow jackets. They're not honeybees. Those things are bitches. But on a dairy ranch, when you work and live on a ranch, you have to get used to flying things. There's flying things everywhere, not the cows. They don't fly over the moon. If you ever see a cow running with his tail straight up in the air, they're running from a hoof fly, or a what are they called?
A bot fly?
Bot fly. They're running from a bot fly. You'll see their tails will be stiff up in the air, and they're running. They're running from a predatory fly that bites them, lays in eggs in their feet, and then the egg migrates up to their back and hatches and flies away. It's so disgusting.
Wow, thanks for that. That's the latest.
Okay, trains and trucks. Thanks for stopping by. I missed you. And then Vivi says, "You are very brave for all of what you have been through. And I want to say I'm proud of you. Proud of you for making the changes that make you more you." Thank you. I appreciate that. I take that as a deep compliment. I mean, the bottom surgery that I just went through 3 weeks ago was a very serious, very hard, very emotional adjustment, change. And I'm still dealing with the pain of it, but we're getting through it, and then we'll move on. To fix what I consider myself, I put it in 3 parts of my dysphoria. 1/3 of it is now gone. I have 2/3 left to go, and then I think I feel better about myself. I have more confidence just because of that, even though it's nothing nobody will ever see. I know. Good night, trains and trucks. Thanks again for stopping by. We always love to have you here. You always add a really mature and classy part to the conversation, right, Chris?
Yes.
Yeah. Good night, trains and trucks. You're a good kid. I like you. How is the pain? The pain was not manageable. It was. I only took ibuprofen and Tylenol. Was that it? Ibuprofen was it? I took ibuprofen and Tylenol. I didn't use any pain pills, so it was probably higher than it had to be. But it was. Yeah. It kept me up.
You used pain pills mostly because you had a migraine.
Yeah.
Right after the surgery from the amnesia.
Yeah,
stuff.
at the hospital I took pain pills one day because I had a migraine. But I wanted to not. I don't like pain pills because they make me feel weird, and they're kind of addictive. So I just didn't want to fall into that. So I just bit the bullet. I figure it was only going to be a few weeks anyway. I'm just entering this 3rd week, or is it the 3rd week? The 3rd week. So the pain level is down about 80%. So 20, but it is. It's as bad as it sounds. I mean, just think about it. It's as bad as you would think, the pain. It's really, really hurtful. Whatever. Andrew says, correct. It helps your self-confidence. It's another goal that helps you reach your final goal. It is. It's a process. I have 2 more processes to go through. I have another consultation scheduled for a surgery for the top surgery. And then the big one besides the bottom is the face surgery, which will happen a week from October, or a year from October. October 2025 was when I go in for the surgery on my face. And that's another huge thing because it'll absolutely alter the way that I look. And hopefully it will make me not so self-conscious about looking like a trans man or trans woman, a man that's a trans woman, you know. And it's really a hard thing to explain. Hi, Annie. Okay, Andrew says, I am an RN. I understand your point. More power to you. I can't tell you how many would be on morphine drip after. It's, ow, 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 ow. Right, Chrissy?
Yeah.
Chrissy's been with me through this whole thing, and it's really hard to go through something, but sometimes it's harder to watch somebody you care about go through something so painful and not be able to do anything. Because I also got sick the first week we came home and had a stomach thing, which caused me to go, diarrhea a lot. Sorry, I know that's a gross word, but
You
that
need
was
to get into that detail.
that
though.
was a bad thing to have. Trying to heal from that surgery and then having that on top of it was horrible. I mean, it was terrible. It was the worst time. It was the hardest thing I've ever done, by far. By far the hardest thing I've ever done. And I've had my ear bit off by a dog and had surgeries for a month. And that was a walk in the cake compared to this.
A walk in the cake?
A walk in the cake.
You walked in the cake?
Walk on the cake in the park.
And
Walking the cake in the park.
the cake was out in the rain.
I cannot stress enough to anybody who's considering the surgery to really, really, really consider it because it's not reversible and it effing hurts like a schnuckabaga, whatever that is. And Andrew says, we are so happy. We are so... Thank you, Annie. That's sweet. You're so lucky to have each other.
I agree.
We are. And for about 90% of the time we agree on that, and 10% of the time we don't. But that's normal, right?
You're going to take that.
No, okay. Kid asked something here, KD76. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you here. This person asked, do you regret the surgery? I will admit, one of the hardest things were the 2 days leading up to the surgery. And they were the hardest on Chris and me because the level of anxiety and the level of stress and the questioning in my mind, am I making a mistake? Am I making a mistake? Or it's like, is doing the surgery this mistake or is not doing the surgery the mistake? And I rode that wave for 2 straight days. I couldn't concentrate. When I got to the hospital, I was on the gurney, getting ready to be wheeled in, and I was thinking to myself, if I'm going to stop this, I have to stop this right now. Because I wasn't sure if I was making a life mistake. And the anesthesiologist asked me, can I give you something to calm your nerves? And I said, please do. He stuck it, thing in the IV, and I woke up hours later and the surgery was done. Now, being as woozy as I was, but then the following day, the doctor came in and showed me what she had done for me. And at that minute, I knew without a doubt that I had done the right thing. I have no regrets whatsoever. Zero.
Cognitive dissonance says, is phantom pain ever an issue?
Yes. I'll get to that in a second. So let me finish answering that. To answer your question simply, no, I do not regret it, not even for a little bit. Not even once. I regret some of the actions of my family members towards me doing this, but I do not regret what I've done. It makes me feel good about myself. I feel justified in a certain way, and it's alleviated about a third of my gender dysphoria. So there you go. I'm trying to be completely honest with you people. If you ask a legitimate question, I want to give you a true heartfelt answer. Now, what was the other question? Oh, phantom. Yes, I have phantom feelings, right? Phantom, and sometimes pains. Sometimes it feels... I mean, how do you answer this without, saying like, sometimes I have feelings that my testicles are being squished, right? But they're not there no more. Or other there's other yes, there is phantom things. It's kind of weird. Remember, I was 54 years old. I mean, 60 years old. I am 60. So it's been a long time having that, and now it's gone. What do we got here? Phantom pain ever issue with the SRS? Yes, I answered that one, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I do not regret the surgery. And then, oh, okay, that is good. Yeah, I mean, I was crying when I seen it. I'm not a. I used to not be a big crier. Seem to be much more of a crier now. But I was crying. My surgeon had tears in her eyes. Chris was crying, and the two other doctors that were there as well had tears in their eyes. Right? They seemed very
I just
emotional.
know that me and the surgeon both did.
It
I don't know if
touched
anyone else.
everybody deeply because of the reaction that it was me. I swear on a stack of Bibles, it was like God said, "My child, this is my gift to you. Please, you're. This is how it was supposed to be." That's what it felt like to me. Christine said it was. What'd you say it was?
I said profound.
Profound. She said it was a very profound moment.
Really.
I mean, what helps with the phantom pains? I don't know. Time? They're not horrible. They're not really.
It's nerve pain that you feel, and it's nerves that are severed off and meant to be cauterized.
I
And
guess
feel.
the biggest part about the phantom thing is when I go pee, I sit down and I think I have to point something down so I don't spray it all over the place.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's kind of something I have to use because I keep thinking I need to push something, to where it's aiming down, but I don't need to do that no more.
What helps with that pain? Phantom pain.
I don't think anything does.
Well, if you feel phantom limb feelings like you have it still on you, you feel like it's still there,
Yeah,
then what helps with that is to know that it's not real and it's just nerve pain and you can move on.
I know. I mean, yeah, and there's definitely, yeah, there's still feeling there, so they kept nerves, but it's not the same. It's really trippy stuff. I mean, I've never lost, well, I lost my ear, but ears don't have a lot of feelings, so I never lost like an arm or a finger or anything.
Right.
And Annie says, what helps with that? And what else does Annie say? But you're also on a mission. Yes, I am. I'm on a personal. I have had a shitty life, to be honest with you. I have very little to look back on and say that was a really good time in my life. Actually, I can't remember a time through abuse and all other things. That there's many many reasons why, and I had made myself a promise when I started this that I was going to complete it and I was going to have at least a 10-year span of my life where when I died I could look back and say that that was a good time in my life. And that's what I'm working on right now. I'm going to get all the surgeries done. By the time it's done, I'll be around 64 years old. And and then I'll have like 64 to 74 to live as full of a life as I can, as the person that I want to be, and have something that when I die I can go, that was the best years of my life. That's my goal. Annie says that patients, but Annie also has had it. Some people with phantom pains. I've heard a lot about it, like people that get lose their legs and stuff, like that, have phantom pains. So I hope I answered your guys' questions. I really don't just want this to be about talking about transgender, but I don't mind it. I mean, that's kind of why we started the channel. So I'd be more than happy to tell everybody. Maybe they know somebody who's going to go through this, or maybe they're going to go through it themselves, and they want to know what to expect. I will tell you exactly what to expect. It's not everything they took. Like when you start taking the hormone pills, they don't tell you everything that it does. What hormone pills do is, and testosterone blockers, they completely kill your sex drive. They kill it completely, and your body starts to reabsorb your sex organs to where maybe if you were a guy, big guy or whatever, by the time a few years goes by, you're not a big guy no more. If I could say that, am I making that like a nicely
Yeah.
clear? And your bowling balls are more like tennis balls by the time it's done. Your body actually is like reabsorbing them. It's really trippy, and not to mention the fat that rolls all over everywhere.
That's not true. You're not fat.
What does that say? Somebody explained to me that the. Can you read that?
I'm not on it, but I'll get back there.
Hi, Tracy. It's been a while. Yeah, you know, people are saying that they're not getting informed of when I go on. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. It might be because they're doing a review on my channel for monetization because I reached a certain status where I can get monetized. And they did say that they're going to be reviewing the channel for a month. But I'm just being myself. I'm not going to change what I do. I'm trying to clean up some of my language. Just because certain words are no-nos on YouTube. And I'm trying to respect that. But I'm glad that you're here now. And I don't have a schedule. I know I should have a regular time that I come on. But with what's been going on in my life lately, I just come on when I can. This is the first day I've really actually felt good all day since the surgery because it takes so much out of you. And besides, you lose a whole bunch of blood during the surgery, so it takes a while for your body to regenerate those B cells, the B blood cells or whatever. So I've been kind of wiped out, you know.
Well, we got pretty sick, and that wiped us out a lot.
Vivi said, you are doing something great by having this show. And don't ever listen to anyone that's mean to you because you are awesome. Thank you. I appreciate that. The mean people, it used to get to me so much in public. It doesn't bother me anymore. There's not as many that come on here, though. I mean, there's really not, right? There's really not that many.
I can't find what you're reading. It doesn't come on my screen yet.
That's poor health care when you don't tell you all the side effects. Yeah, I was told some of them, but not all of them. Not all of them at all. Also, the mood swings that if you stop, if you don't take your hormones. I didn't even know that the body absolutely has to have either a male or female hormones. And if I wasn't taking supplements, estrogen, my body right now would have no hormones except for the little bit created by the pituitary gland, produces some. But other than that, your I guess your organs would start shutting down and stuff. Which who was it? Somebody said the nurse. Where's the nurse here? Andrew. No, not Andrew. Where'd she go? Okay, I'm lost now. Anyway, Tracy. Yeah, Tracy knows. I've been an RN for 24 years, and it makes me mad. Well, it would have been up to my local doctor's office, the health center. But yeah, they didn't really. I don't know if she just wasn't that. Didn't know. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't tell me all the side effects. And I really did a lot of research into it, and there just wasn't certain parts of it. I didn't know that your penis or whatever was gonna be basically because I kind of got the feeling that they were saying because I was even told that if you still wanted to be sexually active, we can prescribe you medicine for that. But there's no way, right, Chris?
Right.
By the end of it, by the third year or whatever, there was no way to have sex. It was like that is not a functioning male organ any longer. Really, it wasn't.
That's right. It's irreversible once you get into those.
Yeah, and the side effects can be different for each person. Now, remember, I'm 60 years old, so it's probably different for me than maybe a 20-year-old or a 30-year-old. I don't know. I don't know any other transgender people, believe it or not.
I've been an RN for 24 years, and it makes me mad. Tracy said.
She says, I do have a professional message from the gal.
Personal message from the gal you looked for.
Which gal?
Tracy might have been the one that you asked about Cora.
Oh, really?
Is Tracy the one you asked about Cora or not?
What's the message?
Oh, is Tracy the one you asked?
I think so. What's the message? God, my heart's fluttering right now. It really is.
Why?
Well, you know how much Cora meant to me.
Well, yeah, but...
Because it just does. Cora meant a lot to me. Yeah, I would love to have that message. Please. Wow, that just totally, because I I didn't know what happened to her. I don't know where she is. I don't know for sure. There's no answers, and I've been worried about her.
Needs to be delivered, not on live.
Really? You're scaring me.
Well,
Yeah, I want that message. I do. How would you? How can I get the message from you? I feel weird putting what happened out. Oh
how do you
no,
know what happened?
because she talks to people like Deanna. Get it? Oh, you're kidding me. Oh, why?
That's her family.
Cora wasn't that close to her. She was, but she wasn't. Yeah, I would. Yeah, yeah. Can I ask you one question about it? Did she know how much I cared about her? Wow, that's my. Yes, okay, good. We had such a good time. Thanks, Annie. I'll look those up. I'm kind of in a weird place in my mind right at this moment because I'll tell you, people were talking about a certain person that was in my life when I was in Canada. When I moved to Canada, I moved there for it's after a divorce, and I went there to kind of try to find my self confidence back. And I was a manager at Costco before I moved to Canada. And when I moved to Canada, I took a year off of work for Costco, and then Costco rehired me as a manager in Canada. And I was trying to, like I said, my ex-wife really destroyed my confidence, so I was working to get it back. And this person we're talking about, I guess I could say her name if she's got Cora, um, applied for a job at the department that I was overseeing at Costco, and I hired her as a seasonal employee. And she was a lot younger than me. I mean, a lot younger than me, but a very unique, very special individual. And after about a year of her working for me, and I gave her a permanent position because I didn't want to start seeing her while that was in the process because it would have left a weird thing. And it was kind of shined against to date your employees. But her and I started dating, and then towards the end of my time in Canada, when my kids asked me to come home, so I applied for a transfer. We lived together for those last 4 or 5 months, and we grew to have this really tight bond. Even though it wasn't going to go anywhere because she was staying in Canada, I was going to be here. She even came to visit me and stayed for a couple weeks, and so we had this great thing. But then she just dropped off the face of the earth, and I'd never heard from her again. And nobody, I would call up there, I'd talk to my friends there, and nobody knew what happened to her. And now I do. And it's been 20 years. This was 2003. It's been 21 years ago that I didn't know, and now I do. So this is why it's affecting me like it is. I kind of had a feeling, but Cora was, she was a memory to me. That song "Brown Eyed Girl," you're my brown eyed girl. And Chris, I'm not saying this to any way belittle Chris, because Chris knows all about this. I've told Chris about the whole thing and stuff. So she knows what Cora had meant to me as a friend more than anything. But she was just a really really cool person. I don't know why her mind frame, what happened to put her in a mind frame to do such a thing. You know, I mean, I don't know. And my best friend there, his name was Mark, and I asked him, and he said that she just called in work one day. She said she had Lyme's disease, and remember this. Now she's had a 20-year career, right? From when I hired her, it's been 20, what is 20, over 20, whatever, 22 years ago, and anyway, she never came back, and nobody could find her. Nobody heard nothing. She never told anybody anything, and now I understand why. I had a fear of why she did that, and now I know, and that is very deeply personal to me. And this person here is helping me, and she loved you deeply. She said, "I loved." God, And she was such a fireball. It's because I used to tease her. I'd go, because she went out every night. She was way younger than me. She'd be like, I'm going out. I go, you're going to fall in love with me. You're going to fall in love with me. And the day that I moved and flew home, she called me on the phone and she goes, and she was crying. I'm like, what are you crying for? She goes, because I didn't realize it until you'd left, but I had fallen in love with you. And that was just like, oh, man. Not that it would have amounted to anything because of our age difference and the distance of where we were, 3,000 miles apart. But to touch a person like her she was amazing. An amazing, amazing person. She looked like a model and she would work nowhere else but the tire center that I was managing. She did. She looked like a model. She was so beautiful. Oh, it makes me mad. I wish she would have called me before. Oh, well, you can't go backwards, right? I'll explain privately. Yes. She did, huh? I often wondered what she would think about this. I did because she was so liberal in a way, but she was very stubborn too. She was from Yugoslavia. She was Yugoslavian. Oh man. Yeah, I hope she's in a good place. It's okay. I kind of already knew. You're just saying what I already knew. I really knew it in my heart of hearts. It was because I just didn't feel her anymore here. I don't claim to have any powers at all. My oldest daughter's mom, she also has the ability to speak to people and stuff. And yeah, I'm glad that you told me. I would love to hear everything that you know. I don't know how can I get here. I'll give you my email address. I'll type it in right now, and then you can send me a contact information of how you would like me to contact you Tracy, and then you can tell me. Okay, so I'll send that to you right now, or I'll just put it in chat, and then you can because anybody else can send something there too if they want to. Um, and you might want to copy the link because it's kind of confusing towards the end of this.
As a man, live with a permanent. Oh, I see. Would you rather live as a man with a permanent 8-inch erection or a 2-inch penis? You gotta decide. Which one would you rather?
A permanent.
Not you, but anyone else that wants
Well,
to think
neither
about
one for me.
it. A permanent 8-inch erection or a 2-inch penis.
Oh God, that's a strange question. Hold on, let me finish this.
Mm.
F4 PIBBEN.
I'd have to go with the 2-inch penis
I
myself.
did that. Hold on, I'm just trying to type this in. I typed it in backwards. I'm trying to get a message to Tracy. Oh wait a minute. Yeah, I'm trying to get a message to Tracy. I will take your number down. Absolutely. I don't want you to put your number in chat though, Tracy. So hold on one second. How do I get it without that? I don't know how to get it without that. Please take my number down. I trust this community. Okay, go ahead. If you trust the community, I wouldn't, but go ahead. There's not a lot in here. Okay. I will take the a pen. A pen. I'll put it in my thing right here. Go ahead. I'm ready. I'll screenshot it. Go ahead, Tracy.
The human penis is so boring.
Oh, get back to your question there.
The pig's penis has a corkscrew tip, and the rhino's
Yeah, they
is
do.
2 feet long.
Okay, not worried.
And the porcupine's, when erect, can shoot a 7-foot stream of pee.
You can? Okay, where's your number? Tracy, did you put your number in there? I didn't see it. I just got that one thing that says welcome to live chat. Remember to guard your privacy. Oh, okay, I got it now. I got it. Chris, do you have something to write this down?
I was going to bring my notebook in here, but I didn't.
1 second. I'll be right back, everybody. I'm gonna write this down. Oh, my legs.
Well, I can go
Can you
find
grab me
something,
one? I had some pens somewhere. A whole pack of them.
I'll go find some.
Pen and a piece of paper. I get it. That was clever the way she did that too. One second, everybody. I'm sorry. This is very, very, very personally important to me. Very personally important. I mean, I remember when she was here, the biggest kick she got out of it was cows. We'd be driving along the road, and here's this Canadian girl sticking her head out the window going, moo! That was such a fun time. Don't be sorry, Tracy. You're doing me a solid here. It's like, moo! Goofy kid. And she used to say, she would joke around, she'd be like, whenever she's trying to be tough, she'd be like, Melissa, hold my baby. Ready, babe?
I think so.
Okay, it is
It what?
the phone number.
Okay.
If I can find it now, where'd it go? Oh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, Debbie took the message away.
I asked you to make me a moderator.
It's held for review. Debbie zapped that message. Your message, Tracy. Can you send it again? Yeah, she must. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, here we go. Let me try this one. Got it. Oops. Personal phone number. Show. Oh, not there. Hide. Sorry. Shoot. Okay, Debbie, let her put that message through so I can see it for just. It's okay, Debbie. Don't be sorry. Tracy, can you do it one more time? And then Debbie's gonna let it go, and then afterwards we'll delete it for good or whatever. Nobody will be able to see it. Oh, here it is. Oh, come on, you. Okay, it's. Hold on, everybody. Okay, we got it. Thank you, Tracy. When would be a good time to contact you? Thank you, Debbie. Don't be sorry, Debbie. Don't be sorry. You're a protector. Okay, we can get back to whenever. Okay. Okay, great. I mean, yeah, I would love this. I really, it makes me want to like stop now and just start. That'd be so selfish of me, huh? Okay, let's do this for another 15, 20 minutes, and then we'll call it a night. But yeah, let's get back to where we were in the chat because I thought it was a fun conversation we were having here. Not that Tracy, what you did blew my mind more than anything. I want to talk to her. I don't care if it's talking to her there or here. Yeah, meant a lot to me. She did. Anyway, let's move on. So let's go back to some of these other questions we had here. What do you say? She shows me funny shit. She's okay. What do we got? Let's go backwards here a little bit.
Did you know that people that are right-handed people, right-handed people live
longer than left-handed people?
9 years longer.
Because of the world is built for right-handed people, which makes left-handed people have to work harder for everything. Do you know that my mom's left-handed? Yeah. And so is her husband, Jerry. That's weird.
Would you rather be trapped in jail with a guard who hates you, or with a cellmate who hates you?
Why do you feel bad, Tracy? Don't feel bad. What, Chris?
I'm just reading questions for everybody.
What'd you say? I'm gonna say it again.
Would you rather be trapped in jail with a guard who hates you, or with a cellmate who hates you?
A guard.
Yeah, me too.
What was that? Let's go back to that one question. Would I rather have an 8-inch erection or a 2-inch penis?
Right.
Right. Okay.
Permanent.
I would answer. I'm going to answer this as a guy, not as a trans person, because that would be an obvious answer for a trans person. With neither, but
there is no neither. That's not a choice.
I think I'd rather have an 8-inch erection. all the
And
time.
how do you deal with it then? How would you put it away and keep it
Well,
under
you just
control?
deal with it.
It would hurt.
Wear loose pants. Well, a 2-inch penis can't do a lot.
So I would rather have that because you
You'd
can.
rather have a 2-inch. Well,
I don't know. I've never had one at all, so how would I know? I think I wouldn't.
8-inch penis. Me too. Tracy's. That's what I would rather have. 8-inch. Yeah. I mean, I just you put it away for a while, but
Well,
when
what are
you
you gonna
need
do
it,
with an 8-inch one anyway?
when you use it, hurt people.
Yeah. I mean, one that's small, you could at least.
No, believe me, there's nobody has ever bragged that their boyfriend has a 2-inch penis. I'm sorry, it's horrible for small penis men. My daughter dated a person with a very small, woochie macoochie, and it. Okay, not her. I've known other people that have dated men with small penises, and they say they try to overlook it, but they just can't. Like it's a factor. That's what I've been told. When somebody entered at that time. Sorry. I work in a prison. Tracy said, I worked in a prison. Really, that must have been interesting. I went to prison. No, just kidding. I went to jail. Different. Prison and jail are different. Uh, what time? What a time to enter. Well, I remember you. R3VSIC. He's been here. This person, I keep saying he. This person has been here before. Pass on the 8-inch. Ouch. That's what Annie says. Pass on the 8-inch. Ouch. I've seen a penis that I had. Yeah, stomach to make it pop out. Really? Tracy says, she put it in private message. I won't say it. Why come all Tracy's messages are coming in private? Rev. It's Rev. Rev's back. Remember Rev?
Mm-hmm.
Do you? Do you remember Rev? Rev's back. What's up, Rev? What a time to come into a conversation. Oh my God. Pencil dick. Yeah. It's not. I mean, it's like this person that. Okay, I guess I shouldn't say. The person that I knew that was dating this person really liked the person, but the self-esteem was so low and the ability to satisfy the partner was so top priority to this person because they couldn't. It almost rendered this person impossible to have a successful relationship with. I which is kind of terrible. I felt bad for the person, because I don't know. I don't know why that is so prevalent. I mean, I cut mine off, so obviously I'm a little bit different thinking than the average man. But for medically, this Tracy, you would know this. You were a nurse, and anybody else who worked in the medical field, the testosterone and the huevos and the unit there are more than just something. They truly do control a man's anger, a man's aggression, a man's in a lot of ways self-respect, because the testosterone that gets emitted is what drives a man. That's what gives a man the drive. And if you take that away, they will lose that drive. It's true. Not just the sex drive. I'm talking. It's a heavy part of who the essence of a man is, and that's the truth. Right, Chris? You don't care.
I'm looking at content here.
You didn't do anything wrong, Debbie. Or Tracy. No, you're cool. I think I had you to where you were locked at invisible message or whatever, but I pushed on your thing, and then you're back now. So your messages are all being seen again. It might have been me. I might have accidentally put you on a timeout when I didn't mean to, but I kind of undid it. Right? I think. Yeah, and your number did not appear, did not come out. I don't think I didn't see it. If it did, I know I thought it didn't. I wrote it down. Now you don't have to worry about it. Chris has got it, so I will be in contact with you about that because, yeah, I remember you telling me you had lupus. Uh, Yeah, so what a weird conversation.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got for me, Chris? What else you had?
Why do we drive on parkways?
If we
And
park
park
on
on
driveways, I've heard that. Why do they call a pair of pants if you only there's only one of them?
Mm-hmm.
Why are there they are a pair of socks. I don't
Why
know.
don't sheep shrink in the rain?
Why don't she? Oh, because of cotton. I don't know
No,
why.
because they have wool, and the wool shrinks when it gets wet.
Oh, their cotton comes off a plant, huh?
The wool.
I don't know why.
It's wool. Because wool shrinks when it gets wet.
I know. Well, why don't the sheep shrink then?
Because it's just their fur. Why do men have nipples?
Because they can actually breastfeed. I tried to prove that point but I failed miserably. Right? Been trying to prove that dang point for a year. Still failed miserably. Pray for something. I can't read that. Raven. So Rev, how you been doing, Rev? It's been a while. That's been like a few weeks since you were here last. I trust that nobody would do anything wrong with my number. Yeah, I'm kind of like you, Tracy, but I keep people keep warning me not to be too trusting on here because people are like not good sometimes. Oh, was Rev here that night that I was like totally just high off my ass? Sometimes that I have medicinal marijuana just for any YouTube police that are watching that I use sometimes to help me relax and stuff for anxiety. I do have a condition, so it does help, but sometimes it gets me a little goofy.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, it does.
Uh-huh.
So cooked, Rev says. Yeah, I was pretty cooked. That was funnier than crap, though. I had a good time. You really took the edge off. Woohoo! I bet you can, Tracy. I bet you can. Come on, Boo. Come on. Come on. Oh, the boy. Hi, this is Boo. This is Kitty Boo. Kitty Pitty Boom Boom. Come on, Boo. Say hi. Oh. That's my big fat cat.
He's not that fat anymore.
He's the big boo-boos.
He lost a few pounds.
He's the boo-boos, Kitty. Say hi. Say hello, everybody. Hello.
When we had to leave him, he didn't eat his food the way he does here.
He's a good boy.
I think because he lost some weight.
Don't go. Don't. Just stay down, boo-boos. I don't, Kitty. Ouch. Take your claws out my leg there. Did he? Kitty. Oh, Kitty.
My kids always perceived the bathroom as a place where you wait it out until all the groceries are unloaded from the car.
It does. It messes with your.
I gotta go to the bathroom
your
and they don't
lupus?
come out till it's all loaded.
Did you hear that? Did you ever find out whether or not you had lupus?
It said I do.
Because Tracy said it messes with her meds for lupus.
Yeah.
Marijuana does.
Yeah.
THC. So you might want to consider that.
Yeah, I already know that.
How does it mess with you, Tracy? I mean, just for Christine, because they had an early diagnosis that she might. God dang, I'm falling all over the place. That she might have lupus, and I want to make sure that if she uses it, it's not going to hurt her.
My medicines are reacting with it, so it makes me very tired.
Rev asked, "How's the pain level?" My pain level, before it was 100, now it's 20. It's getting to that healing part, where it itches. Like this. Ow, boo! Oh, that didn't help. Your butt. It's cool. I'm getting there. I'm probably a week away from being in no pain at all. So that's not bad. It makes you more anxious, she says. The lupus stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just that healing part of the incisions and stuff. They get to where they start to itch a little bit. It means all the feeling's coming back. Because the longest time I had no feeling down there. It was kind of scaring me, because like to wash with fingernails and stuff is like, I don't have to go into graphics and see how that could be kind of scary. So Chris has been a trooper for this, man. She's like Dr. Chris. You might have a different type of lupus, as she said.
Yeah.
Yeah, itching means healing. Correct. Ouch. Boo. It does. And I know that it still can be annoying. But you know, I mean, where there's so many stitches there, and they're dissolving stitches that don't have to be removed. But it's just, it's a good thing and a bad thing, you know. But now it's about stimulating the nerves and stuff down there to make sure everything does, no nerves die. That's the big thing that the surgeon wanted me to make sure that I was waking stuff up.
My mom said she learned how to swim. Someone took her out in the lake and threw her off the boat. That's how she learned how to swim.
That's how we all learned how to swim.
And I said, Mom, they weren't trying to teach you how to swim.
Oh,
From Paula Poundstone.
oh, that was a joke?
Yes.
Oh shit, I thought it was real.
They weren't trying to teach you how to swim. They just threw her off the boat.
Annie says we're cute together.
Hmm.
She's the cute one, I'm the homely one. But Boo likes me better. For 60 years old, so pretty, and I think you could be up there like Blair White. Who's Blair White? Should I know who that is? Who's Blair White?
I don't know.
I don't know. I honestly don't know any transgender people. I've talked to, I do know one, but I've only talked to her briefly, and she's a different kind of transgender than I am. She has a full beard and presents herself like a half and half. And Christine says that's more like a queer, the queer part of the alphabet mafia's thing. So I don't know, but I don't judge anybody. But I have been to a club here locally that is kind of like gender whatever, where my friend performs magic and stuff like that. And I've met some nice people, but I've never met anybody like me that is on the same goal of total transformation that I am. So I would love to, though. I mean, I think it'd be an interesting conversation to kind of compare notes. Trans gal. He's still here. I fell asleep. Rev fell asleep. Oh, Nicole fell asleep. I'm glad that we're entertaining you, Nicole. So Chris fell asleep today at my friend's house on the couch.
Damn, I was almost out like a light, but you guys kept talking.
You know, you guys ever been so, so tired that the harder you try to stay awake, the more you fall asleep? That was Chris today at my friend's house. She's over there doing
I was
that.
trying not to, but gosh, with my medication and not sleeping well last night, I really couldn't keep my eyes open for part of it. And it's my own fault.
That cracks me up. Elizabeth, are you asking a question to me? Annie, I've seen your thing there too. Hold on, and Tracy said, you have a friend. What's that dynamic like? Because Chris and I we're approaching things that we have to deal with, bridges for us to cross as far as intimacy and relationships and stuff that we have to figure out kind of what happens from here, because you know I know it's no mystery. Chris is not a lesbian, so you can see the issue with what's happening. You know, so we're gonna breach that in a privacy thing, you know, and whatever she feels comfortable about and I feel comfortable about disclosing, we will, just for the full disclosure kind of purpose of this channel, to help people what they might be coming up against. And Tracy had just mentioned that she knew a friend that was going through this, so I was curious if you were willing to share any of the dynamics of how they're handling it. Because just because your partner becomes trans doesn't mean that you like the opposite sex. Like me, if it was on the other foot and Chris had transitioned and not me, I could not be a lover to her. You know, and I'm not doing that to be hypocritical, but I couldn't because I don't like men. So there's a lot about this that you got to unpack when it comes to being trans and relationships and family. It's a lot to unpack, right, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
Blair White did not do bottom surgery. Oh, really? At a huge channel.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. Then quit. There's no use in being a damn fool about it.
Trying to get
W.C. Fields.
I know Boo Boos who want some loving. Who wants loving? Or Catholic being abused or something. They hit their 12th anniversary. Ow! Oh, okay. Boo, stop biting me. She's married him as a man. There, she married him as a man. The kids had a little bit of a hard time, but she is so very supportive. I understand that completely. My kids are having a hard time. Chris has been very supportive. But there comes a point where I don't want to be so selfish as to make Chris conform to my lifestyle for the rest of her life. I don't feel that that is fair of me to do. She loves me enough, I believe, to do whatever I would ask her to do. And that's not who I am. So we're going to figure this out and we're going to find a way going forward. Chris will be a part of my life, no matter what, for the rest of my life. In what capacity, we're working that out. Right, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
She says, mm-hmm. I keep referring to Chris because I want people to know that what I'm saying to you, I'm saying to her two things with her approval and that she's right here. So I'm not like talking behind her back. It's important that these things are very, very important questions because the family dynamic of this transition is the most emotional part of it. Well, it was until 3 weeks ago. That's pretty emotional. They tackle problems one at a time. Exactly. I don't know if my kids will come around, Tracy. I don't. I know one of them, she's already around. I mean, she's accepting, she's happy, I'm happy, and that's what makes her happy. The other one, I don't know. I used to think, yeah, just time, but I'm not sure anymore. I'm giving her space. That's all I can do. It breaks my heart. I want to talk to her every day, but I'm giving her space. I believe that sometimes she watches these shows. I really do. I think she watches them and stuff. And Angel, my child, if you're watching this, to my youngest child, you know I love you with all my heart. And I'd love for you to give me a chance. If you watch this. If you don't, then I'm just saying it to nobody. Time will tell. I hope so. Chris does love me, Tracy. She loves me. And we will figure it out. We will be together in one form or another, I believe, for the rest of our lives. Right, Chris?
Yes.
You know,
Right.
whether it be best friends and she ends up marrying a guy later, she will still be my life partner. It's a strange dynamic. This is really something that like I had my daughter had to smarten me up when it came to Christine about a week or so ago because I came home from the courthouse. I had my name changed, signed by the courts and everything to where it was just a matter of a little bit of time, and then legally I can change my name to Brooklyn Rose. And I came home to tell Chris this, and I was expecting Chris to be on the bandwagon, let's pop champagne and jump all around and be dumb. And Chris's first response to me was, "Aren't you going to miss Bobby at all?" And I got kind of pissed off about that. I'm like, well, why would blah, 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 blah. And it took my daughter, my oldest daughter, to tell me. And she said, you know what? Don't expect people to be happy for losing something. They can be happy that you are happy, but don't expect them to be happy that they've lost. And I was like, whoa, that was profound. And it made me understand a little more what Chris is going through. I apologized to Chris, and we worked our way through it. I think, did we?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't as confident as I felt. Mm-hmm. Anyway, so that is one thing to look out for in whatever if it helps anybody. What is the polytype thing, Chris? Rev says, or Nicole says, what about the polytype thing? What does that mean? I don't know what that means, Nicole. Annie says your histories and memories will be there to help you get through this and make new memories together. As Brooke, same spirit inside that loves your kids. Yeah, it's Chris and I have been through a lot of stuff together. She's had a lot of problems medically and stuff that we had to work through. You know, surgeries that she's had, neck surgery and hip surgery, and some other things that were happening. So we've been through a lot. We have some history. We've been together for over 10 years, 11 years,
10.
10 years. It's a long time, a decade. Rev says poly Multiple partners. Yeah, that's kind of where we're. And then right below that, Nicole says, "Yeah, too complicated. Y'all figure it out." That's. It wouldn't be multiple partners. I mean, it's, Chris would need to find somebody if she was to go that route, and she wanted to, that would accept me in their life as well. So yes, I guess it would be a multiple partners, but not in a physical way, just in an emotional way, I guess. Chris is my. I will stick up for Chris. She's my life partner. I mean, I would die for this person right here. I really would.
Yeah, there's two last ones.
Yeah, like Chris said. What, Chris?
The two last ones I didn't get. I have to let go back out. I had to.
I don't know. I mean, Chris.
Yeah.
Chris wants the same thing that I want, but she's not sure what to do about that physical aspect of it that I can no longer give her. She's not sure what to do. And that's something that she'll have to work out herself. I just want her to know that I am going to support any decision that she makes regardless. There's no jealousy involved like in a traditional relationship. How can I be jealous of her to want something that she naturally wants that I can no longer provide? So I am supportive of whatever decision she makes, but I just want her to know that I'm okay with it, as long as it's a decent person. They ain't gonna be no dickhead playing around. No, no, I'm gonna let that happen. I agree, Annie. That's a good point. Chris, Rev says the answer is clear. Is clearly Brooke approved. Canna Boy can be locked up in a cage and used when needed. Cabana Boy. Ah. Yes, you can, Tracy. You can. Absolutely, you can. For sure. For sure, you can. And we'll explore that when that time comes too. But I don't want her to feel obligated to become a lesbian just to stay a partner with me, because that's not what this is all about. I'm not that greedy. I'm not that selfish. And besides, I mean, and when the shoe's on the other foot, if I want to have an experience where I experience those feelings as a lady, as a woman for the first time, I do want it to be with somebody who truly is enjoying me and not pretending to enjoy me. You know what I mean? So it's a dynamic both ways. But I think our love is strong enough that nothing's going to phase us. Because honesty, just open and honesty, is what's going to get us through what we need to get through. Yes, and she does. She still wants physical. And I eventually am going to want an experience. So let's see what happens. But thank you, Tracy. That was nice. I mean, it's got to be, I'm not just going to give myself to anybody, right? It's got to be somebody that loves me. Otherwise, what's the point? You know, I'll let you know, Tracy. I believe you. We'll find out. I mean, it's a very intimate thing, and I'm sharing this. Chris is more uncomfortable with me sharing personal things than I am, because I said I was going to be an open book on this channel, and I am an open book on this channel to a point. I mean, but I will never go into details about what we decide or do. But we will decide it, and we'll share as much of it as we can to help other people get through such a problem, right? Because there are people like your friend that were married and have a wife and kids, and this is becoming their reality, and it's a tough thing to deal with. Chris, write a book. We're gonna have Chris write a book about her older experiences with me. And I'm 62. Yeah, so that's a good point, Annie. And Tracy, you're not stepping out of bounds. You're not out of line here. I'm making my personal life everybody's business by sharing. So if I ever think somebody goes too far, I'll just say, we're not going to talk about that. So don't worry about it. It's all good. I think you've been really wonderful tonight, Tracy. I mean, believe me, you've been epic. Chris doesn't like that word so much. I use it too much. Annie says, at 50, I'm 60, Annie. But I started when I was 56.
But
56.
you don't have menopause, she's talking about.
Who? Somebody said menopause?
At
Oh,
58.
menopause. Yeah, no, I don't. I don't have menopause. But I did have what I ache into a period when I was healing.
Oh, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, the
You
scary
didn't
part of
get
it.
absolute body wrenching cramps.
But I was in shit. I was in hell anyway, and then I started to bleed like a.
Holy moly.
I thought I was going to bleed to death. We had a scare here, at the kind of in the middle when I was not online a lot. I woke up, I went to the bathroom, and then I stood up and I was gushing blood from down there, and it freaked me the hell out. I mean, it freaked me out. Chris too. I'm standing over the garbage can. It's just blood's coming out. It's everywhere. We were
That's
calling.
kind of a bunch of info right there.
Well, I wanted people to. I said, "Don't do this to me, Chris." We talk about. I share stuff, and we were on the when we were on the phone with the hospital, trying to figure out what's going on with me. I thought something broke free. It was very, very frightening, and it happened 3 times. But according to them, everything is stopped. Everything's not. Everything's okay now. But this was very, very a scary moment for us because that's frightening. Nicole, you did? Welcome to 60. You were born in 1964 as well. Rev says so many questions are
Accepted, but not all answered. That's a pretty solid way to field stuff.
correct. It is. And what does Tracy say right there? My mom had a.
Hysterectomy when she was 28,
Mhm.
crazy on hormones, and has been off then 40 plus years.
Wow. Menopause that killed sex for me. I've heard that a lot too. That menopause really just curves that appetite, and you no longer want that part of that touch. Nicole says, "No, I did, Brooke. I mean you. I'm 39. Oh, yeah. I just turned 60 in the beginning of July. You're 30. I thought you were 62, but yes, I just turned 60 this year at the beginning of July." Tracy, I talked to a surgeon on call. We finally got through, and they kind of went through the rundown of what happened and what is it doing now. And as long as it hadn't continued bleeding, they said we'll see what happens. Then it happened again the next day, and they're like they got a little bit more concerned. And it happened the third day, but each time was a little bit lighter. And then they had actually had Christine take pictures of it and send pictures to the hospital to show the other surgeons that assisted in the surgery. That Dr. Dick was his name. Reviewed those photos and said that everything was okay. It looked like it was okay, and it hasn't happened since. And then I have my scheduled um, checkup the day after tomorrow, and everything according to Christine, everything down there is looking pretty good, right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so it was just very, very scary. It was very scary to us. And then we had a real trippy, surreal, spiritual moment too. Tracy, this is probably going to hit you right at home. Get this. During the first episode of the stuck pig incident, we'll call it, because that's what I felt like. I was laying in the bed and I noticed I was hearing this wind. There was wind, this whipping wind. And I told Christine, I go, stop what you're doing. And she was like next to me. And I kind of pulled her close to me. I go, listen to this. And right above our bedroom outside was a whirling wind. And it was swirling like there was a tornado right above our bedroom. Right. And then we heard this grunt, this really loud grunt right outside the window. And everything stopped that fast and never came back. It was the trippiest, freakiest thing. Right, Christine?
Yes, I think something else was about to happen.
I mean, it was like, yeah, like something was going to happen at that moment and something stopped it. We're not sure, but I mean, it was like and then the wind stopped and never heard it again for the rest of the night and never heard it anywhere else. That was right at that moment, this weird moment. And Christine and I both looked at each other. She goes, yeah, I heard it too. So, whoa. I did. As soon as I heard the winds, I said, my soul belongs to Jesus. Didn't I, Christine?
Yeah.
I said, my soul belongs to Jesus. Because I just knew at that minute I was supposed to say those words. My soul belongs to Jesus. And then, and gone.
It was a Bigfoot, says R3V Rev.
Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so. Because that would be better than what I thought it was. Tracy says we were being visited by an entity. Yeah, I thought it was somebody to come collect a soul, and my soul don't belong to nobody but Jesus, because I have never sold it, done anything to deserve it being gone. It just felt really weird. It felt like something had stopped and was looking at us through the bedroom windows, and because all we have is like these sheer things on the windows. So outside you could look in if it's lighter inside than out, and then that grunt it was like a boar, like a wild boar, right, Chris?
Yes.
Out right outside the window. Only one grunt, and then everything stopped, and it was gone. And I felt like it felt like a lighter, like something had left. And I'm like, because I before the grunt, just from the wind, I said my soul belongs to Jesus. I don't know why I said that, but I just knew that it was like, man, this has been claimed. Go away with your bad self. Tracy says, "When are you reading this too, Chris?
It was.
Go ahead, read it."
No, you go ahead. I'm gone from it right now.
Okay, well, that's good to hear. I'm glad what Tracy said there. It says, when you are healing, things tries to slip in. No soul collector. Um,
I'll tell you more about the situation
Okay,
when we talk.
yeah, too, because I know that I felt guarded at the same time, and I didn't feel like anything invaded our space, but I felt like it was in loom, right?
Yeah.
Kind of like a loom, just like almost like desire. I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't want to inject a feeling that might not have been there at the time,
Mm-hmm.
but it scared both of us into silence, just looking at each other. I'm like, please tell me you didn't hear that, kind of a thing. And she goes, I heard it too. She's like, what the hell was that? And it's like, because I always those winds I always call them the devil winds. That's what happened right before the big Northern California fires. Those devil winds came, and I thought those were like devil winds swirling right above our, and you could tell it was isolated. It was really trippy.
You have guardians that kept them away, says Tracy.
I believe that. I do believe that because I think I have people that love me that have passed on. I know I think for a fact, Tracy. This is another thing right up your alley. This girl that I went to Canada with originally died from MS, and we had always talked about owls being her spirit creature, her spirit, And ask Christine, when we go down the driveway at night a lot, there's an owl that sits on a pole right there and will watch us and fly in front of the car. And when I used to ride a bike because I didn't have a driver's license, as I was coming up the dark roads, this owl would come and fly right along next to me. And I know in my heart of hearts that that is Diane looking over me. And some people are going, "Oh, you're crazy, you stupid idiot." No, this owl is this huge white barn owl, and it's always there at nighttime, always looking over. And so we'll hear it sometimes too, right, Chris?
Yeah.
Outside the door, just going woo, woo,
Yeah.
just right above our thing. And outside, it was outside in the dark, and it was like doing these figure eights in front of me by the barn. I know that that's Diane. Cora has visited me too. In what form? Oh, you're going to tell me all this later. Oh, I can't wait. I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight thinking about it because I just want to know.
Well, there's no way to know if you know until you know.
Tracy gets told you're crazy all the time. Me too. I imagine you do. And it's in fairness. Let me play the devil's advocate. No pun intended here. For the conversation. But my daughter's mom, who also has the gift of talking to people, it's very easy for people to dismiss
Which
what
ex,
she says.
you might want to say.
My oldest daughter. It's very easy to dismiss what they're saying as bullshit, right? Now, I'll tell you a little story that made me believe that she was actually happening, what she said was happening. The person who hired me on this ranch, his name was Ernie. And Ernie was 70 when he hired me. Yeah, something like
yeah,
that. 70
71.
something. He died 10 years later, or a couple of years ago. Anyway, we became fast friends, and he saved my life in a lot of ways by pulling me off the street and giving me a place to come that was safe. And I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. And Ernie had this thing to do with me, and that nobody knew at all. Christine knew because she'd seen it, but whenever he wanted me to do a job, he would come and he'd pull up next to me in his truck was like his rolling wheelchair, and he would go, Bobby, and he'd curl his finger and go, come here. Now there's no way for anybody to know that because it only happened on the ranch. And my oldest daughter's mom told me, said, Ernie came and talked to me and he has a message for you. And what's the message? And she goes, he said, Bobby, come here, like this. And I was floored. There was no way for her to know that. What, right, Christine?
That's right.
No way whatsoever for her to know that. So at that point on, I said, you are actually talking to these people. She goes, yes, I am. And the same thing happened with my father. My father and mine, we had a not a close relationship, but I did go see him when he was dying. And my daughter and I were there talking to him, and because he had a bad leg, it was all gangreney or whatever, and it was going to kill him. And the decision was whether or not he would survive a surgery if they took his leg because he was 80 something years old. And I was talking to him and I asked him, "Are you ready to go?" And he was like, "Well, would you be?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I'm not in your position." We were talking, but and we left. My daughter and I, we got him like breakfast. He ate some waffles and he drank some coffee and stuff. And I was thinking that he is strong enough to go through the surgery. Well, my older brother decided to say no, he's not, to let him go. And my dad died thinking that he still had a decision to make because he said it's my leg or my life. So he died thinking he still had that decision to make. And how I know that to be true because that person I was telling you about that could talk to the people that were deceased said to me, goes, your dad came by and showed himself to me. And I go, yeah, what would he say? He said he was sitting on a bench and he went like this. Like what the hell happened? And I was like, wow, because there was no way for her to know that either. That he did not know that the decision had already been made. That's some trippy shit right there, man. And that's all true fact. I got witnesses. I don't lie to people. I don't lie to you people. I don't lie to anybody really because I have no reason to. I feel if you lie, you have to remember your lies. If you tell the truth, you don't have to because you'll just remember the truth. It's easy. Anyway, that's just my little brief thing on why I believe her when she tells me things. What does that say? Okay, I'm lost here now. Okay, what does it say, Ben? It's a spiritual gift. But when you tell people things that you never could know, then they eat their words. You're right, they do. Yeah, then they have no choice but to believe. It's not that I didn't believe her. It's just it's so fantastical that it's hard to believe. But when they say things like that, it's just like there's no denying that that's what this person did, Ernie, all the time. Come here, like I got a job for you, kind of a thing. It's very touching at the same time. And I'm jealous that I don't have the gift.
Dissonance. Cognitive dissonance says you're a nurse and I was an OTR in psych and rehab until disabled.
She must be talking to somebody else.
Yeah, they're talking back and forth.
Makes me cry. Right?
Talking to Tracy though.
Oh, okay. They were talking amongst each other?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you seen the Seatbelt Psychic on YouTube?
No.
That was a question asked by Cognitive Dissonance.
No, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that person. I did see this one. I can't remember the name of it. I got to remember the name of the show. And this woman lived a horrifying life. She went around with a detective, and she went to houses where people were being tormented by spirits. And she'd go in there, and she would see demons. I mean, and then she would like have a artist draw a rendition of what she would see to these people and show it to them, whether or not they should leave their home, whether or not they needed somebody to come in and spiritually clean. That show scared the hell out of me. It really did. That what this lady was describing that she's seen, and I believed her, scared the hell out of me. Because that means that there's things out there that are beyond bad. And they're not humans. They're not dead humans. They're demons. And there's a complete different thing about those two things. And what this lady, and just the fact that what she puts herself through, and I can't remember the name of it, but it is a chilling. The show is, it. It's hard to deny the things that she says to these people. Like, for example, they'll draw a picture of a demon standing over a lady in bed, and basically spiritually raping that. I mean, spiritually taking advantage of that woman while she sleeps, and in a way that is just horrifying. I mean, and she tells a lot of people, "I'm sorry, you need to move out of this house right now, because you're not going to make it otherwise. Somebody will go. They're leeching onto your kids. They're leeching, and it's the most frightening thing ever. And this was serious as a heart attack. I got to remember the name of it though. I mean, somebody might know. The Dead Files. Is that it? The Dead Files?
That's what they're talking about.
The Dead Files. Is that what was it? The lady and the detective? Is that what that show was called? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. That if you don't know what that show is, anybody else watching this, watch that show. It will change your mind about what happens. That show is. You've never seen it, huh?
No.
I'll look it up tonight and we'll watch a couple episodes of it. It will freak your shorts off. Is it still on? Is it still running? Amy Allens. Yes, Amy Allens. That's her name. Well, thank you. Who was that?
Tracy.
Yes. Oh, I figured Tracy would see it. Yeah, it's right up Tracy's alley. She quit. I can't. Yeah, I can't imagine her continuing to do that show. The personal and physical and emotional toll it must have taken. I wish you'll see what I'm talking about, Christine, when I look it up tonight.
Okay.
It must have just been so exhausting. And this lady was kind of eccentric, even a little bit weird. But you'll understand why after you watch the show.
Mm-hmm. Cool. That sounds like fun.
This woman is an amazing talent. And Tracy, if you have her talents as much as her, I'm sorry that you have to witness what she witnessed. But it's a gift and it can be a curse at the same time, and you have to be very careful. You have to know what you're doing. It became too much. They had to send it. Yeah, I can imagine that because she had to put like those blockers or the protections all around her every time because these things hated her. I mean, she went in and did Lizzie Borden's house, and oh my God, Lizzie Borden was following her around that house during that episode.
That'd be scary.
Popping, and she could see him as clear as I see you. Popping in and out, just tormenting her through the whole thing. Some of those things want her so badly. Oh God, it's so it's giving me chills right now thinking about it. I only watched like 5 of the shows, and I couldn't watch no more. Yeah, I don't know what she did. Just those thoughts in their head was just, and they remember on every episode she'd have an artist draw what she's seen, and oh my God, no thank you. Raven says Cindy is there, and Steve was a cop on the Soonest Day too. Yeah, I'll bet you have, Tracy. And you know what's also interesting about what the lady said? It wasn't just demons and spirits and ghosts. There was also aliens. It said she's seen aliens as well. There was aliens involved in some of this stuff. Just, and some of the, the majority of the people at the shows that I've seen, the few that I've seen was like, here's what you need to do. You need a spiritual person to come in and clean the house up, and you need to do this and this and this. But in a couple of the episodes she's like, you guys got to move. This thing is already attached to your children. And that just sent chills up my spine when she said that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and in one case, the people had just bought the house. They could not afford to leave, but the lady said, you have to go. One of the people are not going to be alive anymore if you stay in this house.
So scary.
Having to tell people that? Oh my gosh. Like Tracy said, I've seen things I don't even want to explain. I'll bet. It was just the one season? Yeah. Because I seen like 5 shows, but I know there was more. It was too much for me. I mean, I know I'm not clairvoyant. I know I can't see things, but I feel things. I feel things from people that is just different. Like, I had somebody tell me once, I have the ability to take people's pain away. If somebody's hurting, I can pull it out of them and I bring it into myself. I just have to be careful how to do this. This lady named Donna in Canada healed with her mind, and she said that I had the same abilities. I just never accepted them, and if I were to accept them, I could do what she did. And this Dr. Tran, this acupuncture, Chinese acupuncture guy, said, "Ah, you boy, you feel people," and took me over to one of his patients. Says, "What is wrong with this person?" And my gut just wrenched up, and he goes, "Yeah, see." So they say I have this a gift of pulling pain away from people into myself, but I can't do too much or it could hurt me. So I don't have the ability to see or anything, but I can help you with your headache. An empath. What's an empath?
Empath or impasse?
Empath. Tracy says you're an empath. Empath.
Someone who is
EMPATH.
yeah, someone who's
Empathetic.
emotionally attached.
Is that what that? I don't think that's what that
Others.
means.
Empath. Empathetic. Get it?
Yeah, I know. I get that. They can feel other people's energies. Yeah, and I can read people really, really well too. I mean, instantly, almost instantly. I can tell, kind of like a dog. You know, dogs. They say dogs can tell. I can tell. I'm 99% right about somebody when I first meet them. Whether I think I get a feeling that's a good person, bad person, or you got to look out for that person, or I know when people are there to do you harm before most people even know that they're there. And Tracy, uh, Christine has experienced this with me a couple times. The boat ramp incident with those guys,
Mm-hmm.
the going over the overpass with those guys.
Mm-hmm.
I just get a feeling when there's pending doom, and I need to be on my ultra hyper awareness. And it has kept me alive in many circumstances. I've shared a few of them on the show that my instincts have told me you need to move now, and I listen to my instincts. When that little voice in my head says move, I move. No questions about it. It's like I gotta go. Time to go. I don't care where I'm at, what I'm doing. If it says move, I move. Annie says she's very sensitive to who she's around too. Yeah, it's. Have you ever been in a store and needed to get away from them? Yeah, I've been around people I just couldn't be. I could not be around anymore. Just it felt so toxic around certain people that I've never even met before. Just I got to get out of here. I have to go. We have to go. We have to go right now. Almost like an anxiety attack, and you can kind of confuse the two. But when you leave that area, it lifts. Here's another thing that's really interesting. Christine and I said, Christine, I want to do an experiment with you. We went into a antique store, a secondhand store, and it was in Nevada. And this store had in every corner of it was packed with stuff. And I picked this one corner back in the corner, and I go to Christine. I says, "Okay, you go in there, and I want you to pick one item out of all these items in this corner. Come out, don't tell me, and I'm going to go in there and I'm going to see if I can pick what you picked." Or did you go first, or did I go first?
You went first.
I went first. So I went in and picked something, and Christine, I had Christine go in there and see if she could pick up what I was picking up on.
Well, just leave it there, but just look at
Yeah,
something
yeah, I
and
didn't
see
touch
in
it.
your
I
mind.
just
Yeah.
eyeball
Save it in your
identified something,
mind. Yeah.
but didn't tell her. She went in and I was gonna pick one thing, but I picked another, and she picked the second one first, but she picked both of them, and I was like, wow, now it's your turn. So she went into a different corner, and did the same thing. Went in there, and I was going. I want to say it's the telephone, but something saying no. It's the. It was like a sprayer or something like a fire hydrant kind of sprayer, if I remember correctly, and stuff. And Christine, it was just the opposite. She goes, "Well, I was gonna say sprayer, but it was the phone." So we both picked each other's items out of thousands of items in there, thousands,
Yeah.
and they weren't obvious items. But this is a connection that you get to feel with people. And Chris is always going, "How did you know that?" Remember all the time you're going, "How did you know what I was thinking? How did you know what I was going to say?" So I feel people very clearly, but I don't claim to have any powers or gifts or anything. But I can feel people's energy. I can't see any auras or nothing like that, but I can feel. I can just feel if they're up to no good, or if something like there's something just off. So I'll shut up about that. Wow, some people smell like black pepper. How scary is that?
Why would that be scary?
Yes, Tracy, I listen to my gut. Like a lot of people say, oh, my gut's telling me something, Not me. If my gut says something, I leave. I go. I do whatever it says. I do it because I've already been taught. If I don't, bad things are going to happen to me. And it has saved my life. I'm not at least a dozen times. Literally saved my life. Had I not listened to it, something bad would have happened to me. For sure. Even when I was being chased by that whole gang of people that wanted to hurt me in Reading. I've told that story a little bit. My ex's eyes turned to completely black, and then I left him. I would have left him too. Yes, you get it. Trace says, yes, you get it. Come here, but yes, you get it. Come here. Okay. Nicole, it's a form of intuition, but it's like one of those things that tell you not to get on an airplane at certain times, and something happens. It's just, it's one of those things. It's a really weird, like Christine, when we were walking over this catwalk once, at nighttime, we first met, and and this catwalk has got a spiral staircase, and then it drops back down a spiral. And then, well, on the opposite end, there's a door at the end of it, and it's a metal door. And the door is always open, but it's a solid door, so you can't see what's on the side of it. And we started to walk up there, and I told Christine, I go, hold on a minute, because I just had a feeling. And we looked down there, there's a couple guys down there at the end, and I go, there's somebody else behind that door over there, too. And I said, okay, follow my lead. And she's like, what are you doing? And I had her walk in front of me, and when we got about 5 feet away, I started talking crazy, like, them goddamn cops been following us all night, just blabbering and spitting out stuff, and it confused them. I got Chris through the door, watch out, what's going on, and got her through the door, walked around and stuff before they realized what even happened. I said, those people were going to mug us. They were going to steal from us. They were going to knock me out or whatever and take whatever we had. It was just a feeling. I just knew it, and then I knew what to do, and it got us through that incident, right?
Yeah, it did.
I mean, it happened, another thing happened, like with us, particularly at a dock. But it's happened many times to me alone, but I have proof with her that what I felt, had I not acted on it, I don't know if we'd have been killed or nothing, but we'd have been conked in the head by the guys hiding behind the door. But because I was freaking out talking about the cops, it threw them off just long enough for us to get through that opening, down the spiral, and out of there. It saved our butts, man. Really, Tracy said she said entity,
She thought, what?
an entity that had jumped her and got inside of her for a while. That Ouija board that we played with the other day, I threw it away, by the way. Chris was like, why'd you do that? I know that we played with it the other night, and I know that nothing came through because I didn't even feel anything bad at all. Nothing. But I knew it was a possibility of a hitchhiker or something coming through that onto us. We did it that one time. I wanted to see what it felt like. It's the only second time in my life I ever did, and I threw it in the garbage and threw it away because I didn't want it in the house anymore. Just so that my oldest daughter, was like, "What are you doing? You don't play with that stuff." And I go, "No, I already threw it away." I might as well have burned a $20 bill, but I had to know. I just had to. I had a really weird feeling about that.
Right.
Remember
Yep.
about getting it, and we did it that one night, and then I got rid of it.
I think since it's 2 o'clock, I'm going to call it a night for me.
Yeah, Annie's got a really unique gift about her. I think of Annie as a seer, a watcher. Oh, kind of overlooks things and watches things and brings people together in places and stuff. Is how I see Annie. We've had a lot of very in-depth, lengthy conversations about this, and I see her as somebody who's a watcher. Is sit there and watches and make sure that all the ducks are in a row. That's how I see her. Yeah, you read my mind, Debbie. Christine just walked out of the room, and I was just gonna say, okay, guys, it's been almost 3 hours this here, this thing, and by far this has been the most um, connecting. I don't know how to explain it. This has been awesome. Thank you, everybody. Tracy, it's late tonight because it's so late in the morning. Can I get in contact with you tomorrow? I'm not doing anything all day long. It's kind of the day before. I was gonna try to take the boat out, but it kind of depends on how I feel. But if is there a certain time or like probably for me, maybe in the early evening would be best for me. Is that okay if I contact you tomorrow evening? Good night, Debbie. Thank you very much. Thank you, like always. You are a trooper. You're a true friend. I hope you feel better. I'm gonna try to send you some positive healing energy, and I hope you feel better, Debbie. You're an awesome person. You're a great, wonderful spirit.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Tracy. So I'm gonna have to cut this. I wish I could leave the chat open so you guys could talk, but it's been 3 hours and my throat's getting dry. Yeah, and yeah, Annie, I had to get rid of it. I would never thought about keeping it. It was something, like I said, when my insides tell me to do something, I do it. I follow
You had
that
to get rid
lead.
of what?
The Ouija board.
Oh.
I follow my lead. If it tells me to buy the Ouija board, I bought it. It told me to buy it. I went around, what, 6 different stores looking for that damn
Yes.
thing.
In
Until,
search of it.
until I finally found one, brought it home. We used it that night. I threw it away the next day. But something told me I needed to. I don't know why. I don't question things when my intuitions tell me. I just do them. I really do. I just do them because it saved my life too many times. Too many times. I could tell them all that, but they wouldn't believe what I said anyway. So, anyway, yes, I do need to rest. Thank you again, Tracy. I look forward to talking to you, Annie, Rev. Uh, Gosh, there's so many now. Trains and trucks. Tracy.
What's
I
wrong with
said
thank
Tracy.
you, everyone?
Thank you, everyone. Because I want everybody to know that their individual input into the podcast thing here means so much. Without it, there'd be nothing, right?
Right.
There'd be nothing. So thank you. Please, everybody, come back. I'm going to try to go on again Monday evening after my doctor's appointment for the day, and kind of catch up and see how everything's going. Because I really look forward to talking to you people all the time. You're fastly becoming my true friends, our friends, our friends. So thank you for opening my eyes and my heart and everything. I love you guys, and bye. Oof. I can't reach. Oh, okay.